Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's start it. Hello, Adam. Hello,
Hello.
Tom.
Hello. Hi, Dakota.
Hello. What's going on?
What are you guys doing?
Just chilling at home in the cold winter Melbourne. We just
we
started lockdown 2 days ago. So
Wait, you guys
Again.
just started lockdown?
no, like again, we have like our second wave of the virus apparently.
Shit.
So yeah.
What's
yeah.
lockdown in Australia like?
You just you can still go to supermarkets and stuff, but you can't like get a massage or go to the gym and those kind of things. Just essentials.
The markets here, people don't even wear masks.
Really?
They just made it like mandatory for you to wear a mask 2 days ago.
Shit.
Yeah.
What do you reckon about that?
I don't know. I'm a little bit. I go back and forth. Like sometimes I'm like, yeah, we should just wear a mask to sort of not overwhelm the medical systems and overwhelm kind of people's just general, comfortability. And then I'm like, yeah, but they also can't force us to wear masks. Like you can't force us. You can't make us. What do you think, Adam? You Canadian?
Why are we talking about COVID? It's like I don't like the conversation. Let's talk about like better things, more uplifting, high energy stuff. Why are we going to the mask stuff?
Well, it's not totally a negative thing.
So what's positive about the whole thing?
Well, for a while it brought people together with their families. It sort of cleared the environment up for a few weeks. It brought this conversation, at least this part of the conversation, together.
Dude, I'm just so done with these kinds of conversations.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like everybody is on some level. Like it's whatever. I have no comment.
Yeah. Well, you've been working out a lot lately, so you probably won't get it. Your muscles will just fight it off.
Lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. What's up with that? When you've kind of always worked out though, right? But you just kind of got the inspiration to get like seriously back into it, because you were kind of like, you didn't work out but like a long time ago.
Yeah, a little bit. I've always been like on and off, never like consistent.
No.
How about you? Do you exercise?
No, not at all.
Oh, why not?
Well, I'll go like hiking or something sometimes, but not like lift weights or anything like that.
Why?
I should. I don't know. I want to. I just never have. I'm never around weights, and I never have the motivation to just like, oh yeah, I guess I'll go lift some weights now.
It feels good. You get a natural high.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. No, I don't know. But like, I can imagine.
Like Tom, you lift, right?
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah.
Tom's buff as frick.
I've been doing like Jiu Jitsu. I started just before the whole lockdown thing happened, so I've been getting deep into that with Yesenia as well. So
yeah, you guys training good at it yet?
Well, I've definitely improved since the last quarantine. Like I'm still a noob at it, but if I was to fight someone who has no idea about Jiu Jitsu, I think I would have the edge.
Yeah, you think so? So you think you could beat
because
up?
once you know, because you got to learn how to defend against certain moves. You know what I mean? Like if you just go in there not knowing anything, then well, you obviously don't really know what's coming. So,
and you're doing.
But I like it because you can use like leverage. You can leverage strength. Like it's one of those things that you don't have to be so bulky or quick or strong. You just need to practice technique. So it's one of those martial arts that gives, again, just like a small, weaker person, that gives them an actual chance against someone bigger. Unless that big guy is really good at jiu-jitsu, then you're fucked. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the worst combo, a strong man that's good at jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah.
Like a big, fast guy, like a really big, fat, fast person. It's terrifying.
Jesus, that's like something out of a horror movie.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are doing jiu-jitsu with a gi, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you choose to do it with a gi for?
It was just what was around, but they do no gi classes anyway, twice a week.
Is there any 10th planets around where you are?
There is, but it's close to the city.
Right, so not too far.
I'm like, I'm country town, man, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, the last time that me and you saw each other was obviously in Peru.
Yeah, man. And you lived there, man.
You
were in lockdown in Peru.
Yeah, I know. Basically 5.5 months I was there.
Wow.
So you couldn't leave even if you wanted to?
Dude, you couldn't even go into the town. Like, you weren't even...
Oh,
there was
shit.
police checkpoints and stuff blocking people from coming into the town. So I couldn't get to Cusco. I couldn't get to, like, Urubamba.
Right. You couldn't travel and see Peru.
No, we just sat at Arcana. And Adam...
Drinking ayahuasca?
Drinking ayahuasca.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It would have been crazy if we all got stuck there together.
Wait, so if I had actually came and I didn't have so much family stuff going on, I would have been stuck there with you?
You would have just been chilling with me there, yeah.
Oh, man, Jasmine would have murdered me. She would have lost her absolute mind.
Oh, man, could you imagine? I was really pushing hard for you to come, too.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were just like, okay, fine, I'll come just for a week. And then all of a sudden it's just like, boom, airport's closed. No traveling allowed.
Oh, man, my relationship would have been over.
Yeah.
You come back, no family there. Like,
exactly.
You're just like, with a fucking poncho, you're like all enlightened after ayahuasca.
You've got hair.
You've got hair, yeah. Like thick, luscious, long locks.
That'd be so funny.
That'd be awesome. I'd kill for hair.
Yeah, that was a crazy little experiment.
So what did you do all day long?
hair.
I'm trying to understand.
So, a normal day would be like, I wake up at 8 a.m., I go out, we eat breakfast, and someone will cook breakfast every day. I'm not a very good cook, and there was, I think, 8 of us there. So one of the girls in the morning would wake up and cook breakfast for everyone, like just something real basic, like some rice,
Nice.
maybe
Chirimoya?
eggs or something, beans. And so we'd all eat breakfast usually as a group, and then just kind of chill. Like, there's a huge yard. There's the bell tent that Tom knows, so we'd like just sit in the bell tent and play guitar, which is like this big tent in the middle of the yard, like a huge tent where everyone can hang out at.
Oh, that's sick. Do you still have the didgeridoo there?
I have a didgeridoo. What, at Arcana?
Like in the Remember there was
there's a didgeridoo there. I have the same one actually here somewhere, right here.
Did you get? You could have been a pro didgeridoo player.
Yeah, I did practice guitar a lot though.
Did you?
Yeah.
I've been getting crazy into drums. I'm actually
I saw
half decent from zero, because my mate left his drum kit at my house. So
you guys been jamming.
My neighbors aren't happy though. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what the difference is, because like Adam takes ayahuasca at home, and you make it yourself, right, Adam? Or you have made it?
You're making it sound like this is a regular thing. I did like 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, Adam does it in his room.
Every day.
I'm doing it right now. I've got a pot. What do you think I'm drinking right here? Shit.
Evening ritual. It's not even gross to you anymore. It's like tea.
What was it like?
It is tea, but
I wonder, it would be, because I've done ayahuasca probably 30 times now.
Holy shit.
And I've only done it with like shamans in a ceremony, completely every time. Never have I done it.
How would you compare it to, say, taking like a good dose of mushrooms at home?
It's pretty similar as far as the intensity goes. Visions are slightly different. I don't really know how to explain the differences in the visions. Like, I guess you could probably understand like how LSD and mushroom visions are different. They're similar, but they're still different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So ayahuasca is a bit like that too with mushrooms, but the intensity is still like to a decent, like a heroic dose or.
But it's so tough, man, because the potency of mushrooms can vary dramatically. I recently tried a strain recently, I haven't tried a full dose, a microdose amount of a powdered, what was it, penis envy. And if you actually look at the powder of this one, it's blue. Like, that's how strong these mushrooms were. They made the powder blue. So comparing that to like normal ones, like 200 milligram microdose felt like 700 or maybe even a gram of decently potent shrooms at least. Yeah. So it's like, how do you compare? And then the alkaloid contents are so variable. I feel like each mushroom is its own animal.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not a scientist, so I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. But
so it's tough to compare like anything. I just know that intensity would be the same.
Intensity's probably around the same.
Spiritual gains, if you want to call it that, and that's probably the worst thing to call it. But like the amount of spirituality that can be aligned with your outcome, I feel like is going to match up pretty close, though.
You mean like as far as like the kind of religious experience and stuff that people get from both of them are probably the same?
Yeah. I think maybe ayahuasca is more because you've got, like, you're setting it up for that with ayahuasca.
Yeah, that's the thing with ayahuasca, is that the ceremony kind of enhances the religious or kind of spiritual aspect of it. I mean, like the whole thing of like the pilgrim, like everything's there. The pilgrimage is there, going to the jungle or wherever you're going, and even the pilgrimage of like leaving your body and like transporting into like a different dimension is kind of there. But then you have like some shaman that's dressed up in like crazy colors and like a dress or like a robe or something, and he's singing these songs in a wild language. So like all of that stuff is already kind of, even if you weren't on ayahuasca, you would kind of feel like you're doing something spiritual, you know?
Dude, the energy. You'd get the tripping, what's it called? What's the name for it when like you're picking up other people's stuff?
Secondhand trip.
Contact high? I don't know.
Contact high, yeah. You definitely get ayahuasca contact highs. Like if you, for example, will like do ayahuasca for 2 days in a row and then decide to like sit out drinking one night but still go to end ceremony, you'll still trip.
Yeah, that shit's real, man. Energy is shared in some degree, for sure.
Well, yeah, it has to be. Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, I would agree that mushrooms and ayahuasca, well, of the psychedelics that I've tried, are definitely the most. There are some similarities, and context is everything. But I've had like really high mushroom doses, and it was almost indistinguishable from ayahuasca. But at the same time, still having that mushroom personality, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's strange. Definitely very, very similar. There's been many times where I'm like, dude, I'm having like a full blown ayahuasca trip. What? And to me, it blows my mind that like some people will think of mushrooms as like, oh no, this is like a level 1 psychedelic, and then you go up this hierarchy or whatever. But it's doses everything, I suppose. So
well, Terrence McKenna said, he was like, in low doses, they're all basically the same. But when you take them and when you start getting into the high doses, is when you really start to hear their personality.
I would agree.
Yeah. They really
so you were taking it every other day, every 2 days?
No. Like maybe once a week. Well, like okay, so we when the retreat was open, like before quarantine, we would do it 2 or 3 times a week. And then during quarantine, we would do it maybe like once a week. Yeah. But
why?
Even that once a week was still like hard for me to do. They really, like, the shamans really pushed you to join. Like, they kind of made you feel bad if you didn't join.
What were they like? Like, Dakota, you little pussy, come over here.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. They're like, you know, like, you're here for a reason. Like, it's time to do the serious work. They're like, it's like, you know, you got this opportunity to, like, have us heal you. Because they really believe that, like, through their songs and through their diets that they can heal people.
So you'd be like in a ceremony not drinking, and they'd be like, "See, Dakota, everyone's drinking but you."
No. As long as I join the ceremony, they're cool with it, even if I'm not drinking. But like if I skipped out and was like just chilling on my laptop in my room or something, they'd be like,
"Right,
you should at least sit in the ceremony because you're
not allowed to jack off while we're doing our ceremony." Dakota.
Yeah, I'm just beating off, watching YouTube videos,
beating off to your own YouTube videos.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Watching my own video, watching me talk about ayahuasca.
That pretty much sums up a lot of Anyways, I remember telling Ivan, because I was going to skip out on one of my last ceremonies. He's like, "What do you mean you're not going to drink? No, you have to, man. No. This is going to be an amazing ceremony." And I was like, "Oh fuck! All right, fine. I'll have a little bit." And I'm being really good, but yeah.
Can you pick your dose?
Yeah. Yeah, you could take like a really baby pussy dose if you want to. And they do give you that look too. They're like, come on.
Really? See, that's interesting to me. And what were the people like that were there?
All kind. It was really interesting. I probably sat through 4 or 5 different groups of people, and there was probably 20 people each group. And it's really interesting. You get sort of the older, sort of like rich white lady with kind of plastic surgery. That seems to be like a reoccurring theme.
Are you serious?
Yeah, not like you'll have 1 or 2 of those.
I got a cool necklace from one. Anyways, remember
which one from the lady with the boobs?
Group.
Yeah, that was
the lady with the boobs. Exactly.
that was a good group.
The lady with the boobs.
Yeah, and then you get kind of like the obvious hippie. And then you get a lot of addicts and people with depression. Just you get the
What
whole
do they act
spectrum.
like? What do the addicts act like?
I've seen both. I've seen like the actual addict behavior where you can tell they feel isolated and sort of alienated. And I've seen the sort of liberated addict that's kind of had enough, and ayahuasca is really helping them. You really get the full spectrum.
And sometimes just normal people with just curiosities, like you and me. Yeah. And
the thing that's really interesting is that you would think it's not fun to do it in a group of 20 people, but it's such like a war doing it with people, and you grow such a brothership or sistership with the people that you're going through it with, because you guys are going through crazy experiences, and you can tell when people are having a tough trip. You know what I mean? Like you can see, you can hear the people fucking screaming and stuff. So then like the next day you share your experiences with everyone, and you guys just get so close, and it's like a really beautiful community that comes like just after the first ceremony.
So did you make some lifelong friendships?
Oh, absolutely. For sure. 100%. Especially the people that work for the center, like total like family at this point.
You guys were going to do you were going to bring some people from your Instagram over, and you had all this shit planned.
We're still doing it. We just got to figure out,
Mexico.
COVID. Yeah, in Mexico. Do peyote. Yeah, you should join that one still. We still want
I've been trying to find peyote. It's really difficult to find it.
Well, yeah, come take it like legit with a peyote shaman and stuff with us.
That would be fun. I want to do that.
And we can even do it like outside of the retreat. Like, just go do it, like, legit. Like, we'll go out and we'll do because I think they make you do this pilgrimage. Like, the shaman will make you go out and walk the desert, and you have to find your own peyote. And then that's what you use, is the peyote that you find. No matter how big it is, whatever the first one you find. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like one attached to, like, two others. And you're like, hey, man, the universe is telling you to eat that one.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
For real, that's what they say. They say no matter how big it is.
So you guys both tried peyote as well?
No, we didn't get to try peyote.
No. Never.
No, we tried Huachuma. Huachuma San Pedro. It's a mescaline-containing cactus, but nowhere near as visionary as peyote.
Yeah, I know peyote has some alkaloids
gentle
in it that you can't get. Like if you were to say take synthetic mescaline versus peyote, peyote's the only one that is on like a different tier than say synthetic versus San Pedro is very similar, I hear. I've done synthetic, which was very pure hydrochloride. But I've never done the actual cactus. I feel like peyote is one of the hardest ones to get the dose right.
I'm not sure, because you just straight up eat it, don't you?
Yeah, but you gotta go.
I feel like plants in general like that. Like you don't know what your dose is going to be accurately. Like mushrooms is like that as well.
But the mushrooms are easier because it's just a little thing that you can eat. Like
right.
You gotta grind up this whole cactus. And,
like the process, right. Yeah. I thought you meant like just knowing how much you're getting. Because sometimes it's impossible.
Did you ever do San Pedro, Adam?
No, I've just done synthetic mescaline. Have you guys ever done any mescaline?
I think I did a mescaline tab once. That's what they told me it was.
That's not a mescaline tab, baby.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It doesn't fit on a tab. You need like. Well,
They said it was some kind of synthetic mescaline, and that they somehow condensed to a tab.
So that's usually NBOME is what they would call that.
What do they call it?
NBOME is people have called that synthetic mescaline.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah. It was horrible. It was really groggy, and the thing I remember about the trip was my nephew was a baby at the time. He was probably like 8 now or something like that. So he was still like maybe 3, and he was screaming and screaming, and his scream would echo and repeat in my head like wah, wah, and it would like get louder and louder, and for like an hour I was just like, no, shut the fuck up.
So Dakota, you did so much ayahuasca. Did it turn you off it? Like, are you done with it now?
I wouldn't say I'm done with it, but there were definitely moments where I was just like, God damn it, like, come on.
Why?
Because it's so hard to do.
Oh.
Because like it's
like
just
psychologically, just the whole journey, or just going through the taste and the emotions.
The taste, the like having to sit through the whole long ceremony. That was the hardest part for me. Like I don't like the taste is really hard for me, and then sitting from 7 until 3 a.m. is really hard for me because the trip doesn't last that long unless you're like really, really going for it. Like if you drink a half a cup of ayahuasca, you're out of it in 4 hours. So then you're sitting there, you probably drink at 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. 11:30 you're done. So unless you take a second dose, you're just kind of sitting there until 2 in the morning.
Man, that's fast. That's very fast.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people say that they've had it last like hours and hours and hours, but for me, it's only lasted 4 or 5 hours.
That is tough. So you're just sitting there while everybody else is still going through the...
Well, no, or other people are just kind of sitting there.
So that's a pretty good like meditation practice, actually.
Yeah. But some people really go through it.
Was it ever overwhelmingly scary to the point where you were like, this is too intense for me? I can't.
Usually the build-up to it is like that before it even hits me. I'm just like, fuck this. This is like, I'm so scared right now. And then it hits me, and then I start to... It comes down like slow enough that I can kind of work through my anxiety. And then by the time it's like peaking, I'm, kind of already surrendered to it.
So do you guys have like long-lasting results from taking it? Like, has whatever the beneficial effects lasted?
For a lot of people, yeah. I think for me, I think like I've done so much psychedelic kind of work, and there are definitely things I worked out on ayahuasca, like some stuff with like my dad, and there's like some emotions I released and stuff. But as far as like it being completely life-changing for me, I think I've already been through that with other psychedelics. You know what I mean? But I feel like if you were like an addict or something like that, and you're not like a psychedelic person, and you went out to take ayahuasca, it can completely revolutionize and change your life.
It was like the first time that I drank ayahuasca, it was a complete life changer. So, but I was at that point in my life where I didn't know what else to do. So, but yeah, it's interesting because like I started that journey almost 6 years ago. So but now it's like, it's not as life changing, but it's just depends on the work that you put into it.
But you still, there's always work to do. Like even when,
of course,
when we were doing ceremony, you were still going through the whole.
Yeah. Shit. Exactly. I'm like, oh shit, I'm still fucked up. I got to go through all this shit.
Like you definitely okay. So like you.
But without the pressure, I don't put that pressure on myself anymore though. Like whether I get anything out of ayahuasca, it's like whatever. My life is cool. Whereas when I first did it, it was like if I don't do this, it's not going to be good. So yeah.
As far as the scariest things that's happened to me, I've seen like some demon-looking things that have come to me, and that's pretty.
What did they look like? At the best.
So there was one when me and you were together where I saw these humans. They had human faces and they had like mud on their face, and the mud was like in a tribal sort of they made a design on their face in mud, and they had these huge boar teeth that were sticking out of their like mouths, and their like lip, their lip was like folding down because of it, and they're like kind of really primal and like hunched over staring at me. Those guys were really scary. Shit. I saw a dead girl.
How do you think they were there?
I have no idea. They didn't really even say anything. They just stared at me.
And that just disappeared? You just like kind of stopped paying attention to them and went to the next vision, or?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Next door, please. Oh, this is where I park my car. Next one. Yeah.
And then I saw a dead girl that was like she was a white girl with like curly hair in a medieval looking dress, or like this fluffy dress from like maybe like the 1800s, maybe not medieval. And she was just sitting there dead. Her face was all blue and beaten, almost like she drowned it and got beat. And she was just staring at me. So like you see scary visions like that. But you saw some dead little swamp creatures and shit too.
I did. Yeah, this little girl. But it didn't freak me out. It was like sort of how I interpreted it was like, okay, you look fucked up. You obviously live in this really dark dimension that maybe you're just kind of like just trying to get by. I didn't really interact with it too much, but I kind of like, oh, maybe she's a scared little girl, or I don't know. I moved to the next room as well. Actually, that's when that other guy started screaming and completely killed my trip. Yeah.
Dude,
like, fuck!
Kill me! Kill me!
Like, oh, shit. My ego kind of came to the rescue, killed my trip, so I was able to handle that situation. And then when that ordeal was over, it's like, all right, I'm back.
Yeah, sometimes people.
That would be difficult. Imagine if you were like deep into it, and then that would be terrible.
Yeah, Adam. Sometimes in the ceremony, people are screaming like, "I want to die." Or you'll just hear someone like shitting their pants.
At least it's very human.
It is. It's so human. It's so human.
Yeah, it's like all of the social construct just trickles away.
Yeah. Gotta let go, I guess.
Yeah, literally of your bowels.
Literally, yeah. I'm glad I've never shot myself during an ayahuasca.
No, yeah, me neither. I've never shot myself during ayahuasca either.
Yeah, but if you did, it would be okay, right?
Yeah, it would be fine.
You put your hand down your pants, you pull it out, you smell it, you go, oh yeah, this shit's transforming.
Shit or is this chocolate? I can't tell. The ayahuasca
it's swirling around. It's giving me visual distortions.
How did the ayahuasca put chocolate in my pants? Weird.
Wow, this is a miracle thing. I'm a golden goose. But
you can usually tell, like when you're in Iquitos, the city that you kind of outside the jungle where you kind of land to do go out into the jungle. It's a starting point. People will be selling shirts that say like "Never trust an ayahuasca fart."
That's a good one.
You can tell. Creative. You can tell when you're in ceremony and you're about to fart. You can be like, uh-oh, like I need help to walk to the bathroom.
But is there anyone who doesn't puke? Like the shamans don't puke, right?
Shamans puke. And yes,
it depends. I guess it all depends. Most people would puke, I would say.
I was not puking.
But it depends. I feel like it depends on maybe your diet and stuff. Like if you've flushed a lot of the shit out of your system.
Yes, Tom. I've noticed since I fixed my diet, if I take anything, the nausea is so reduced now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I guess that's why they tell you to fast and stuff before a lot of these experiences. Mushrooms, I feel like that too. If I fast and I eat healthy beforehand, zero nausea. So.
Yeah, the nausea I think is attached to your diet for sure. You know, people mainly think it's what you ate that day. I think it's less attached to what you ate that day versus like what you've been eating regularly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's cool though. It means that you can fix the nausea.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's kind of built into it though. Like, don't you think mushrooms kind of has like a built-in nausea? On some level.
But it's less. It's less when your diet's good. At least I've found.
Yeah.
It's still there. Like it's almost like you feel it. It's always the come up nausea, right? As things are starting to just come together, you feel kind of like, oh my god, the whole
turbulence.
It's almost like on a boat,
the turbulence.
It's just wobbly. Yeah, that's still there.
Prepare for a lift off. Yeah,
it's not it fades faster. I think.
I had this one interesting experience that I just made a video on a couple days ago, where during ceremony, I was able to see like dark energy points in people. Like I could look across the room and see like whoever's sitting in front of me or whatever, and they would have a big blackness in their stomach or in their back or in their neck or their head or wherever their kind of trauma was or their healing needed to be. And sometimes I could see people puke and it would move from their stomach and fall out of their mouth.
That's neat.
It's really crazy. And the shamans, I mean, they didn't say that that's exactly what they see, but they said that they have experiences like this when they are healing people. Like they say they can see the demons kind of being exorcised out of your body and stuff like that.
Do you believe that? Like, what does all that mean?
I do think I believe it after having that experience.
Like, you think it's demons? What would the demons be?
Well, I think demons is a way to, you can call it a demon. For me, a demon can even be, mushrooms actually showed me this. They gave me this definition of a demon. I took mushrooms once, and I had these visions of these kind of jester gnomes dancing around me, and they were all pointing at me and laughing at me and saying, like, look what you did. You did this fucked up thing to this person. And it would show me how this person, or like this fucked up thing that I did to this person, was like a seed that I planted into their maybe subconscious that eventually kind of haunted them and followed them around and created this insecurity or this anxiety. Like maybe I called someone, like I triggered someone's anxiety and it really amplified to them and kind of they carry it with them now. And they might not even know what it's coming from, They might not even associate it with what I said to them. But the mushrooms were showing me like look at this fractal impact that your shitty behavior is having on the people in your life. You're creating demons for these people. This shitty behavior you're having is haunting these people and they might not even know where it's coming from. So, like, I think a demon can also be that. like sort of maybe like an insecurity, or like someone treats you shitty and you have a bad self-image now because of it, and this thing just kind of haunts you, and it's just like, you know, like a laughing voice in your head or something. It's very demonic.
That's a good point, but do you think there's that kind of demon, and then do you think there's like an actual other dimension, worldly demon too?
Yeah, there are definitely like...
So how do you tell the difference?
I've been asking myself that question for a long time. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I don't know. I guess like maybe the demon, like an actual like dimensional parasite, would have more of an autonomy, or more of like maybe it could move from person to person or something. Because people say that happens too during ayahuasca. Like someone will be having a really deep cleansing and all their shit will be leaving them, and while that's happening, like maybe the person next to them will just all of a sudden be experiencing some crazy darkness or something. Like that's a really common thing for people to share, like after their trip the next day. Like all of a sudden, like, oh man, I was sitting next to this guy and he was fucking freaking out, and everything was perfect until he started screaming, and then all of a sudden I was seeing demons and thrown into a hell world.
Yeah, but you could rationalize that away quite a few different ways.
Yeah. You can rationalize anything ultimately.
Yeah, I just mean during a trip. Like if someone's having a really nasty time and they're screaming, that could set anybody into like a demonic trip.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but I mean through the perspective of like the shamans, this is how they view it, is like that there's something leaving and it's affecting the people in the room. Yeah.
I can see that in multiple angles. I wish we had answers for some of these questions.
Well,
right. They're like light and dark entities and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, what do you think, Adam? Do you think they're real, or do you think there's kind of just manifestations of the subconscious?
I used to have some very definitive viewpoints that I held with a large amount of certainty, and now I don't have any fucking clue.
Well, that's the best position, is to not have a clue. But I mean, for me, after being in Peru for a few months and like really going deep with these guys, I would say that like their world perspective is probably, I don't know if it's completely right, but they're onto something as far as like spiritual. There is a spiritual dimension that is lurking inside of humans, where there are things, even if it's our subconscious comes to us in the form of not us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Even like even a projection of the subconscious, like that doesn't make it any less scary or intense or profound. It's like it's your subconscious, man. It's the whole fucking it's the universe.
Yeah, do these labels that we give them kind of
it's just your subconscious.
Well, that's what I mean by like
it's just a label.
Well, that's what
doesn't mean anything.
That's what I mean when I say you can rationalize anything. Like you can kind of bring it. You can bring it into a scientific language, and it might kind of on the surface be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But when you really examine it, it's like, yeah, okay, well, oh yeah, the Big Bang happened. Now I can pretend like all mysteries don't exist, as if the Big Bang is like not the craziest fucking thing ever.
It's kind of a way
it's just molecules
to take the magic out of the world, like the scientific rationalized viewpoint, this reductive, am I saying that right? Yeah, way of looking at everything. It like you're saying, it makes everything just seem kind of mundane. It's almost like a fear-based mentality, because people can't handle how radical this experience truly is. So they got to rationalize it they got to bring it down to like easy digestible format, because otherwise the meal is so large, it's like they'd vomit just from the thought of it. Like people don't understand what the fuck is going on at all. And psychedelics give you like a little view behind the curtain of just how big your fucking dinner is. And most people can't handle that. They can't at all.
Yeah. Well, like it's just language. It's like, it's what language do you want to use to describe the world? You can say that we are made up of spirits. You can say that, like we are made up of a bunch of little spirits. Or you can say
molecule spirit. You could argue that's
one thing. No, you're not made of spirits. You're actually made of atoms that are made of 99.9% space that somehow have arranged themselves into a consciousness.
Yeah.
Don't call it a spirit though. It's like it's the same shit. Call it what you want. It doesn't make it any less mysterious to call it atoms or a fucking ghost
or Dakotas or Toms.
Yeah, or fucking.
How dare you? I am real.
Adams. That was a good one. Little Adams. You zoom in. It's just a bunch of little bald heads.
That would be terrifying.
That would be terrifying. You just make up the universe.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit, I am God.
Literally, though, you could see that in a literal way. In like a trip, you could. Whoa.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, it's interesting about these like kind of dark and light entities and what they are. But I think that we have such a limited perspective as a human being that we don't know how the higher planes operate. You know, we just kind of see manifestations in trips or throughout our life. But
yeah,
I don't know.
And why do we have to explain them? That almost seems silly to me. It's like you don't have to explain something to understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, because some people say it in such a matter-of-fact kind of way, and then like I just like to explore, have fun. Like, even if I'm wrong, this is just a cool thing to talk about.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with explaining it, but I know. I feel like if they can't explain something, then it means it doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That we feel the need to be able to explain it, or it's meaningless ultimately.
Which is strange, because there was a time when people didn't even talk. No one was explaining anything. They still existed.
I wonder what that was like. What would that experience be like? You would just be like
not talking.
Yeah, I mean, how would you communicate?
I don't know. Maybe like my son. He just screams.
That could mean so many different things.
Well, they point.
Yeah, that's true.
The pointing is the communication. A scream pointed at like a food is like, I want to eat that. Or then if he doesn't want something, it's this trying to get it out of his mouth.
Do you think language was born out of, dude, you're going to have to specify? And then from there, they kind of started to build up these imaginary words?
Yeah, I guess so. I think it's funny that we're all still using these shared imaginary words that people created so long ago.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it is weird, but I love...
Didn't Shakespeare make most of the English language? Or at least that we use today or something?
Did he?
It's something crazy. Yeah, like a lot of the words that we use right now is like a lot of it.
I think that's a Shakespearean work, heartache, things like
that.
But
you know what's crazier? Depending on what language you speak, it actually changes the way that you think.
Yes,
like, because different languages relate to reality in a different way.
That's so cool.
That's wild.
I grew up with like Spanish, like with a Spanish mum, so I learned Spanish at a very young age, and it definitely does, man. Their reality is like even in Spanish, they've got gender in their words, which is a whole different thing.
Dude,
and in English you don't.
I love that thought. I've had that thought before, and just sat there thinking, mind blown over it. Like thinking about like Chinese characters, for example, how they have the entire story just built into the symbol, how that must help you interpret the world. Being raised through like different symbolism and symbology
probably makes you smarter, because you got to think of broad concepts all in one like little symbol. Like you got to encapsulate so much in something so small.
Yeah.
And like it's like a non-linear way.
Specific.
Their stories must be so depth, have so much depth.
I would love to learn it. There's a reason why I think it's all the Asian languages are the most difficult to learn. They say, I think, I'm not positive on that.
Yeah, I mean Chinese seems fucking impossible to learn. It looks like an alien language.
It looks like hieroglyphics.
Yeah. Spanish is even a little hard for me to learn.
Dude, I don't know shit. I know like bonjour, comment s'appelle-tu? Ah, je m'appelle la dame. Oh, comment ça va? Ça va très bien. I can't speak worth shit.
You know Tom's fluent in Spanish?
Yeah, I know.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up. I tell you what's really funny is I used to be embarrassed about speaking Spanish.
Did you?
Like so embarrassed. Yeah. I was like embarrassed of my parents and my heritage, and I was like trying to pretend I'm Australian and stuff. People would make fun of me.
Calling you a Mexican?
I call me Mexican. I'm not even fucking Mexican. It's like, what do you speak? Fucking Mexican. It's like Spanish. Oh yeah, fucking same shit, mate. Oh, it was horrible.
That's so fucking
that was a level of ignorance. Actually, once I got like...
And Spanish is a European language, by the way. It
is, exactly. There you go. Yeah, it's Mexican. Mexico is they're like the ambassador of Spanish-speaking countries. They pretty much are, I guess, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
At least of Latin America. They represent us.
Yeah, they do, for sure.
And when I went to Mexico, I was so like resistant to getting made fun of being Mexican and stuff. And then I went to Mexico. I'm like, hey, you know what? Fuck it. I am Mexican. This is nice. And I went full circle, accepted it. And I was like thanking all the people who made fun of me. Have that realization, like, wow.
You're thanking Mexicans on the street. You know what? Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. For what, man?
¿Por qué?
Mexico's a trip though, man.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I love it.
Man.
Can't wait to go back. I remember last time I picked up my laundry, this fucking gangster just lit up this massive blunt and just started sharing it with me. And he's like, "Oh yeah, do you guys from Australia smoke weed?" I'm like, "Give me that." Do we smoke
Oh man,
weed?
I want to go to the beach.
Everywhere.
I want to go to Mexico just to hit up the beach. I'm missing tropical beaches right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Canada, huh? Man, I am complaining about the Melbourne winter, and I'm just thinking about you, Adam. Like, fuck, I went in spring and that was freezing. And you were like, "Oh, dude, this is like, you can just wear a t-shirt out." Like, you guys are crazy. Only like 4 layers.
Yeah, that's how we do it over here, man. Like, once it hits like, I don't know what Celsius is, but once it hits like 60 degrees, 50 degrees over here in the, like, we're on the Canadian-U.S. border, we're rocking shorts and tank tops. Where you would probably be freezing if you were like to come here in the springtime, like you said. We're wearing shorts.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird growing up here. You're not like, your heritage though, Dakota, isn't like American, right? Like, what is your background? Like, where were your ancestors from?
Oh, I'm not too.
I feel like your temperature control, like your personal temperature preferences, are based off your ancestral history. So for me, I'm from the Mediterranean. So I think that's why I have such an affinity for those locations. Because like I started eating recently for my diet, and I'm the healthiest ever.
Eating a
and
Mediterranean
it's like I feel, yeah, and I feel so drawn to being in those kind of tropical places. Like Canada feels wrong to me.
Well, Canada probably just feels wrong to most people unless you're an Eskimo.
Yeah, maybe. But some people have been generation after generation in these types of climates.
Yeah,
some people love it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what my history is. I'm all over. I did one of those tests once, and ironically, some of it came back.
You're Chinese. No.
I had more pygmy than I did Caucasian.
What's a pygmy?
Pygmy are like these little short Africans in the Congo. Yeah, they're like 5.
And they're called pygmy.
Yeah, pygmies.
Yeah, I've heard of this. Yeah, they got those little dart blowing things. Like,
yeah, they're about 5 foot. Just like basically little forest people. I had more.
But you're short.
I'm pretty short.
Wow.
We're both short, so that's awesome.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
We're basically pygmies, white pygmy.
Wow.
Congratulations.
So what were your? See, you got to be careful with these tests. My parents got really hardcore into it. It's a long story, and they met like some long lost cousin, and they found out that my dad's brother actually is only his half brother, and that my dad's mom cheated on the dad.
Damn.
And then he's got this son that he didn't even know about, and the son came and found him from this Ancestry website. It's some
holy shit, that sounds like a movie.
It was. So we met this guy, and it was all weird. And anyway, I haven't actually done the test, but both of my parents have done it, so obviously they're my parents, so I know exactly what my background is from their tests.
Yeah.
You just take 50% of each one, and
or are they your parents? No, joking.
What I found interesting was the different websites have different results.
Yes, I did find that interesting too.
Oh, that's weird. How come?
Because it's probably not real.
And it doesn't go back far. It only goes back like a few hundred years, which is abysmal. Fuck that. I want a real ancestry test.
Yeah, that is nothing. Yeah, that's
it doesn't mean anything, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. My mom had Peruvian in her, which was really ironic because my mom is like super white.
That's trippy.
My mom has white. She's got blonde hair, blue eyes. My dad looks Peruvian, if anything. My mom is. I don't. It was so weird to see she had Peruvian in her thing.
And then at what stage, like at what point are you Peruvian? Is it like the indigenous people who live there, or is it the Spanish people who came in and raped everyone? Like, you know what I mean? Would that be?
I don't know how many hundred years ago did that happen.
500 years ago.
Then you probably won't find out.
Right.
Okay. Yep. It's hard to tell. So.
I want something that goes back 1,000 years. I'm down for that test.
Yeah. Well, you can test like your. There's some of those websites that go back to like the Neolithic era. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Yeah, there definitely is.
Oh, I thought that they only went back a couple hundred. When I saw that, I was totally disenchanted.
You can download the raw data and run it through a program that'll bring it back and show you how much Neanderthal stuff you have in you. I don't know how real it is, but there's at least a website that claims you can do it.
Huh. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wish it was real.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find that interesting because I feel like you can tailor your life, like I said, to eat towards that kind of diet, and I think it could help you.
Well, the thing I find interesting is that, like, based on where you are, like where you live, the foods that grow in that area are best suited to you to survive in that environment. So, for example, like where we live, like you get heavier foods like wheats and stuff like that.
I'm allergic to wheat.
I am too, but wheat would help keep you kind of fat in the winters and through the cold. And then in the summer, in like places that are tropical, you get fruits and things that keep you hydrated. And it's weird that our bodies, or that there are plants and foods that match the area.
It's not weird. It's not weird at all. It's probably hard coded into our genetics. Like if our ancestors were living off these foods, then of course we're gonna grow and evolve with certain, affinities to certain foods. And then it's like you drop yourself in an alien environment, this new landscape, and you don't have any real heritage eating bread. Like for me, bread is, I actually get gassy and bloated if I eat bread. Cheese kills me. I found out I'm lactose intolerant. I'm like allergic to everything.
Jesus, man, you're like a
I can't do
gremlin.
Cheese. So what are you eating? Like, what are you doing for your main? What are you doing for your main, like carbs and proteins and stuff?
Veggies, fruit, and fish is all I eat.
Fish, nice. What type of fish?
Fish. A lot of salmon. I buy like the most expensive canned salmon. We eat fresh fish too.
Nice.
Yeah,
yeah.
Lots of that stuff, man.
I eat
lots
Tasmanian
of bars.
salmon.
I've been eating a lot of vegan protein bars just to try to build muscle.
Nice. What are you still eating kangaroo over there, Tom?
Not for a while. No, not for a long time.
Okay.
I know. That sounds what people listening at home with no context. What? You eat kangaroos? What are you? It's all right. It's the more humane thing to do if you're going to eat meat, I suppose. You just see them on the street all the time.
How are you guys with meat? Because I find meat doesn't digest for me. Like I get bloated off meat too. That's why I stopped eating it.
I went vegan for about, like, when I went to Canada, I was vegan for maybe 3 years. And then I started eating fish and eggs, and then that just really improved my diet. But then once I started introducing red meat, but like, good quality grass-fed stuff, it was the best. My anxiety and depression decreased by like 80%. Really? I'm serious. My energy, my testosterone, my sensitivity went way down, So it was like I kind of went back to normal and it's just grounding for me.
What do you think about
the girlfriend?
What do you think about diets and psychedelics, like starting to take on diets to help?
Hugely impactful.
Because that's like really big in the Shibibo. Well, I guess not. The diet's actually not too traditional, but like when you go to an ayahuasca center now, the diet is a really important thing that they force you to do while you're there.
Sugar, dude. I stopped eating sugar, and like my microdosing has improved. Really? I still eat sugar and fruits, but I don't eat any chocolate, like nothing with added sugar. Exactly. And it was like a week of withdrawals. Honestly, the first week was so hard. All I was craving. So for the first week or two, I had no fruits. Like I went like cold turkey, zero sugar. And then
what's your secret, Adam? Because I have a serious sugar addiction. That's like it's so hard to quit.
My dopamine receptors to go back to normal. You need to feel more discomfort staying the same than making a change. And I was feeling like I fucked my dopamine. Since a kid, I was sugar addict, and then I went on those amphetamines, and it was like I read some articles that it actually caused downregulation of the D2, some receptor shit. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Video games does that as well.
Huh?
Video games does like a similar. I don't know if as bad as sugar, or it could be even worse. I don't know.
Not as bad, man. I don't
as bad, but it is. Yeah.
Maybe it depends on the person. But like I was just, I felt like I could tell that my brain wasn't functioning as optimally as it should for my own happiness, and I wanted to be fucking feeling like I did as a kid. Like I remember how I felt as a kid, and I thought there's no reason why I can't feel at least similar to that now. So I just really wanted to reverse all the damage. That was my secret, was I just got so fed up with feeling like shit all the time.
Right. So you reached your pain threshold, and you're like, nah, fuck this.
And dude, it feels great without sugar. Like honestly, it's so hard to describe to a culture addicted to it, and it's like one of those most sinister addictions because it's been so normalized. Now when I look at a cake, if I eat a cake, I had a cake on my son's birthday, I had like the tiniest sliver of cake. So I said like this is it's a birthday, I'm going to give myself maybe one day where I can just see what it's like. And first of all, the sweetness was next level. Like my taste buds are different, not just to sweet foods. Every food tastes different, mainly sweet foods. So it's like things that I used to say I didn't like say almond milk, unsweetened almond milk. I actually can taste that it's sweet now. It's like your sensitivity gets so high where you didn't realize just how much the sugar was fucking up your taste buds, and food tastes better. Like that's the biggest positive now, is everything tastes better.
Really cool. I noticed that when I quit cigarettes. Yeah.
The cake was like, and I could feel a high from the cake. Like I actually felt what a sugar rush should feel like, and we're so, desensitized to it, we don't realize just how much of a drug that sugar is. I would say just give it a go. Try to just give yourself a week. It feels like you're high. Like you start talking faster. Like it feels like a dopamine hit.
Nice. Yeah, that would be
nice. that would. I want to hit on that shit. You're gonna quit sugar just so you can have that one high.
Like do it once a month. You get that one crazy high, dude. You'd be fucking flying. That shit they say about kids, like they're high on sugar. That's when you're
they're just fucking running around screaming.
They are though. That's what they do.
Yeah. That's so.
That being said, though, I noticed that when I quit drinking soft drinks, my everything changed. Just that, because it's so much concentration of refined sugar.
Yeah, fuck those.
Messes your brain. Yeah.
It is good.
And that's normal, man.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I got something. Did you guys see that crazy? Okay, so like, do you follow any of the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, Adam? Or is that too negative for you?
I'm not on a positive rush, my man. I'm acceptance of everything.
Besides COVID. But no, what I was gonna say was that did you see the Wayfair thing that people are talking about? Wayfair?
No, see, I just haven't been following that. But my partner mentioned it yesterday. I don't know the story.
Did you see it, Tom?
I don't. I'm not sure. No. I'm not.
Okay.
What happened?
Okay, so I'm gonna check my phone because I got some stuff.
All I know is that Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. That's all my.
Fuck no, he didn't kill himself. But that girl, so his Ghislaine or however you say her name. Do you know her, Tom?
No.
Okay, so Jeffrey Epstein had this he had this right hand lady who would go out and sort of get the girls for him, and she just got arrested like last week or something, and they're saying that she's got videos of Prince Andrew like fucking little kids and the royal family, and people are worried because
I called that out ages ago.
Oh man, people have been talking about the royal family.
Look at them.
The royal family being pedophiles for. Alex Jones has been saying it for 15 years. So it's really, I mean...
And now it's like mainstream
fact.
Fact.
Yeah, now it's true.
Oh, shit.
Now it's true that
That's
all
crazy.
these, like... I remember back in, like, the 9/11 days when everyone started really getting into conspiracy theories and really finding out about Alex Jones. Alex Jones was saying, there's an elite group of people and they're all pedophiles and they're doing these crazy demonic rituals and all this fucked up stuff. And then, like, now, fast forward 15 years, and it's like all this stuff is starting to come out with Jeffrey Epstein and all this shit. But anyways, so, like, apparently his black book got released showing all the people that came to his island, and it was, like, Eminem, Will Smith, James Franco.
Eminem?
Yeah, Eminem. That one threw me off.
Oh, shit.
But just because they went to the island,
no, it doesn't mean anything.
Necessarily
no,
it
doesn't. It doesn't mean anything. But... it's still strange. Bill Clinton flew there 28 times.
Okay, that's a little bit sus. 28 times. Once I can understand. Like, you get invited to this crazy Hollywood party. You can't decline because otherwise people won't think you're cool and whatever. Then you go there and you're like, okay, that's it.
And he's
28 times.
He's got a big painting of Bill Clinton in a dress on the wall. Imagine that. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
That's weird.
Imagine being Bill Clinton. You hang out with this guy 28 times. A notorious pedophile. Like, pretty much everyone is saying, like, they knew. It was sort of like a Harvey Weinstein type of thing where, like, everyone kind of knew, but no one really said anything.
So who is the guy that you're talking about? What does he do?
No one really knows. So apparently this Ghislaine Maxwell lady that just got arrested was his right-hand lady or whatever. She just got arrested for child sex trafficking or something. She's got some really crazy charges.
Is this Trump? Is Trump like,
Trump? There's a lot of pictures of Trump with Epstein.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's another thing that...
My question was, isn't he made some statement that he's going after all the traffickers?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good way to keep it off you. Because you got fucking photos with the dude hanging out with the guy. I mean, that's what he has to say, you know?
No, I mean, I don't know if it's accurate, but he was, he's been not just like once, like that was his agenda, was going after.
Yeah, a lot of people believe that's why all this is happening is because of Trump.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, some people believe that. It could be. I don't know. There's actually some like people that believe Trump is a good guy, and that's why all the Fox and everyone. That's why all these people hate him. All the news. But
I guess I could sort of see it.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, it's time to work out.
all right, hold on. Let me talk about this Wayfair thing real quick. So
I'm joking. I don't have to listen to my alarm. It's fine.
oh, okay. So this
Come on, do it, lift.
so this
Let's get the muscle pump.
Get to the chopper.
this Ghislaine Maxwell lady that got caught recently. She was
Kids screaming. Give me 1 second.
all right, yeah. She was reading a book at McDonald's or something, like outside. She was eating outside at like some restaurant, and she was reading a book that said something like the history of CIA agents being murdered. So some people think that was a publicity stunt to say that Jeffrey Epstein was a CIA agent. Adam asked what he did. So I mean, that's people think
So weird.
People think that might be what he did, was be a CIA agent.
Yeah, I saw that Epstein documentary on Netflix. I mean, like I saw the preview of it. I didn't actually see the whole thing, but it's one of those documentaries where you got to kind of like put yourself in like, all right, this is going to be some heavy shit.
No, you should watch it because it's fucking. It is.
Yeah, I will.
It's pretty crazy.
I think it's important to. It's too negative, brah. I think it's important to.
So this Wayfair,
learn about this stuff to a certain extent.
This Wayfair company, right? So there's this company called Wayfair. It's funded by George Soros, who I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
I've heard
fully,
that name by Alex. I couldn't tell you. I just know that Alex Jones fucking hates him.
Yeah, that's me too. I couldn't
just
tell
hear
you.
it in
I
his
couldn't tell
voice.
you who he is.
George Soros.
He's coming for your children. But
And he hated Joe Rogan for saying something about Soros for a while. And
I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know who he is either. But George Soros has a huge. He owns a big part of this company, and this company are selling these like $15,000 cabinets and pillows, like a pillow.
I actually saw that on Instagram like today or yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then the names.
Selling it online.
It'll be the same shitty pillow, with one picture, $15,000 pillow, and the pillows will be the same pillow, but it'll have a name on it that matches to somebody that got kidnapped.
Yep. I saw that shit.
That's crazy.
Unsettling, dude. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if that's real, but that's a.
It happens all the time, man. It's such a fucked up reality that a lot of people don't even want to like even look at.
But there was also some weird shit that this guy was like looking at the pictures, and he ran the pictures through a software that shows if it's been edited or not, so you can see if a photo's been photoshopped or indoctrinated at all. And the Wayfair photos had this really weird shit photoshopped into it. I don't really totally remember off the top of my head. I think one of them was like there was a photo frame sitting on top of a book. The book was photoshopped, and the title of the book was photoshopped to a title of a book about harvesting organs. And then on top of the book was a picture frame, and that picture frame was photoshopped, and the picture was changed with the word Haiti, and on the picture frame it says friends. And apparently Haiti is like #1 for world trafficking and organ harvesting. And this is what Wayfair uploaded with their $15,000 thing as the picture. So people are saying that they're hiding clues in there, so people know that like, you know which person you're getting based on the name. You know that it's legit based on this crazy shit that's photoshopped into the symbols that are photoshopped there for you. There's like identity markers, so you know that.
Right in plain sight, man. That's what's really creepy about it.
And apparently the SKU numbers, if you run the SKU numbers through some Russian search engine, it comes up with a bunch of like crazy pictures of like young kids. So there's like a lot of crazy shit with that.
So they've set up this crazy system to obviously so you can just buy children online. So it's shit like that. That's what kind of makes me believe in demons and like dark forces and like what makes you do something like
shit,
that?
Man.
So
yeah, Adam,
we're just talking about sunshines and lollipops.
No, Adam, did you see the thing on Instagram of the people selling those cabinets for $15,000 and the cabinet names match up with people that were kidnapped?
That's what my partner was saying to me yesterday. I don't know the story.
Yeah. I don't know, we just kind of explained it, but it's pretty crazy. Do you think it's possible that something like that could happen? In plain sight?
I think anything's possible, man.
It would have been interesting to buy it and see what happens. Now it's a little too late because I'm sure they're not fucking still selling kids now that everyone knows about it. But
at least on that website or in that system.
Yeah, in that system. It would have been cool.
They're still going to do it, of course.
Oh man, it'd be so crazy if that's true. If that stuff's
You guys
actually
ever
going on
tried
like that.
pickled beans?
That doesn't sound appetizing to
They're
me.
so good. You can get different
Really?
flavors. They're sweet and
Do
savory.
you like normal pickles?
Dude, it's 10 calories for like 3. They're great.
Where do you get the calories
Beans.
from?
Huh?
Where are the calories coming from?
The beans.
Get just enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotta try it out. I think it's a little bit more difficult when you're in, well, at least when I'm in winter. It's just so much easier to kind of go for the cookies or
the fats.
let your diet slip.
Dude, it's hard. I write everything down. I mess up most days. Most days I eat too much. Like it's
Really?
rare for me to like hit the numbers. But I'm
What
trying.
what amount of calories are you on?
Depends if it's a workout day or a rest day. It depends how much exercise I do. If
Yeah.
it's like a total computer not moving day, I'm supposed to hit like 1550.
That's very little.
I'm a short guy.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of
that's true.
experiments.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. Have you what you got? So you have pecs now that I seen in a video.
You can do a titty dance.
Can you? Can you like do the thing, like move them?
Come on,
Yeah,
do the titty
yeah.
dance.
Can you, Tom? Can you do the titty dance?
Yeah, not as well as you, but
I can't. I don't have enough muscle in my
I think
chest.
I did it because of Arnold. I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger do it as a kid. I'm like,
Let's see it. Do
that.
it, Tom. Do a titty dance. We'll do a contest.
Can you see my? Oh, yeah, you can.
No, you got to take your shirt off.
No.
Adam,
Are you gonna fucking sell me as a cabinet?
yeah, right. Are you working for George Soros?
Why don't we all take our shirts off? All 3 of us.
Like at the same time, and then me and Dakota take our shirts off, and you keep yours
We'll
on.
put some music on and we'll bounce our boobs to the beat. It'll be like
That ayahuasca he was drinking in that cup's finally kicking in.
Oh man, speaking of music though, because I've been getting into music production and just like really learning about the fundamentals of sound frequencies and how it actually works, and it's like fucking so mind blowing. Just how reality itself, it's all sound waves and frequencies. Yeah, I was like,
Prove it.
even if prove it. Well, I learned this shit because I used to study electrical engineering, which I thought was like a complete waste. I was like, well, I don't know why the fuck I studied that. I don't know where I'm going to use this knowledge for, but it's profound stuff, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like, I know
stuff you
that
don't think
scientists
you'll
like to.
need comes in handy later.
It does, because now even going into music production, which has to do with videos, obviously, it's like I just have a much better fundamental understanding of sound waves, but from an actual scientific perspective, not like a woo-woo new age one. So it's like it really helps just kind of
Did you see that
go through.
that CIA document that was released, the Gateway Project or something like that? It's CIA back in the 80s trying to test methods of yoga and all this stuff to practice meditation and to like get into altered states of awareness. Basically like how to like do the interdimensional travel that we do on psychedelics, how to do that naturally. The CIA did a whole thing on it. And basically the conclusion was that it is possible to do with certain methods and dedication. But it mentioned sound. It mentioned certain sounds being able to help you get there. I think if anyone wants to look it up, it is an official CIA report on the CIA government website, and it's called like the Gateway Project or something like that.
Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is really
I think I
interesting.
remember Alex Jones talking about that, about the elites taking huge doses of DMT and communicating with these
I mean, if
interdimensional
the
entities
shamans
and-
are doing it, why wouldn't
Yeah.
the people that
But and there's a light and dark side to everything. It's funny to me how people think that once you transcend this physical dimension, all of a sudden duality doesn't exist when it applies to all dimensions. So
Yeah.
of course it makes sense that in the spirit realm, assuming that they're real, that there are going to be good ones, some bad ones,
and God
you know.
must equally be as evil as he is good.
I
Right.
don't know. I would have to.
Right.
I would have to. Maybe
about-
that's what evil is. Some people would argue that that's what evil is. It's like you're going away from God. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you can go away from God though, can you?
Raping kids, selling it on the black market. I don't know. I think that's pretty away from God.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's away from the loving Jesus interpretation of
yeah.
God.
It's true.
But I mean, if you consider God everything, then I guess like the fucked up asteroid smashing Earth and and killing everything and the fucked up,
I don't think God is everything. I think God created everything. That's
okay,
difference.
That's interesting. Yeah. That's an interesting way to look at it.
Hmm.
Adam, do you believe in God at all? I feel like you're like an atheist. You have a very atheistic looking face.
Look at skepticism.
I just ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, you do that sometimes.
Yeah, whether I believe in God, I don't know. What for? There's so many different explanations and belief patterns that are...
Do you believe that there is a higher intelligence that is somehow lurking in the depths of all things?
Like an objective mind.
Yeah, there's an objective mind.
I believe that there's more to this reality than we're able to perceive.
Yeah. That there has to be, right? Because we only have 5 senses.
I don't know. Does there have to be?
I mean, yeah, there has to be, because you don't experience the same reality a bat experiences, and that thing's like screaming at shit to produce its reality.
Yeah, so I think that there's definitely stuff that is more advanced than we're able to perceive, if you want to call that advanced God. But it's difficult because I feel like a lower intelligence can never understand a higher intelligence. It's not until you hit that higher intelligence point that you can then only understand what was lower before.
Right.
Otherwise, you'd already be that higher intelligence. So I think there's definitely something that could be explained as just more. And maybe people call that God. But there's some weird shit going on. I don't follow the beliefs patterns that there's like this, this human-formed creator that was like, I'm going to create a world. I don't follow that.
Yeah.
No.
But what about,
doesn't make sense to me.
So when you take a heavy dose of psychedelics, or you do some crazy yoga, or you do some method to enter into the trance, what is the intelligence that downloads realizations into you? Because you can have experiences on psychedelics that are so alien to your intelligence. Like you get mind blown. Like that's just somewhere inside of us. We just have these mind blowing, profound, scientific and spiritual realizations just hiding inside of us that our natural awareness is just unaware of, and somehow meditation or psychedelics brings this out of us. Or is that intelligence, are we like somehow expanding our awareness to pick up more information, and in that
you actually are expanding your awareness in a very real way. If you look at just even on a physical plane, the fMRI scans that show that the brain regions that light up, it means that the visual cortex is communicating with different parts. So it's like you're expanding in the sense that your brain is interpreting reality in a very novel way versus what everyday is like for you normally. So there's that. And if you want to take it beyond just what we can observe, because I think our observations are very limited based on the tools that we've currently acquired, which is just based on what the past 100 years are severe advancements or leaps forward. And it's like you got to look, if we've gone that far in 100 years, in another 100 years, everything we think now could just be batshit crazy. We'll be like, I can't believe they believed that.
It will be that way.
It will be
I think logically, it just usually progresses that.
So logically, it's stupid to make these definitive claims based off our current knowledge pool. So it's like, I think that there is probably something going on that we simply cannot explain. There is some kind of higher intelligence communicating. You can easily interpret that as, Adam's saying that when you trip, you talk to aliens. But we just maybe don't have the words to properly describe what's happening, because there is some shit that feels, especially with things like DMT or, say, high-dose mushrooms, even high-dose LSD, there's something happening that feels like it's beyond you. Like it's no longer, you're not communicating with your subconscious, unless your subconscious is this big pool of everybody's, Indra's
collective
net.
Unconscious, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Like the
those
collective.
Are 2 different levels.
And you know what
it could be? I just had a cool realization. It could be, what if you're tapping into the collective gene pool, the collective knowledge of your gene pool, and when you have these realizations, you're having realizations of your ancestors, and you're somehow tapping into this junk DNA, and you're just tapping into some intelligence.
Would it be junk? I've had this thought.
Well, that's what they call it. That's what they call it. Scientific calls that DNA that we don't use. They call it junk DNA.
Mystery DNA.
Yeah, mystery DNA.
I thought that too. You could be your past ancestors. Yeah, I've had.
You're tapping into their intelligence. I mean,
or people in the future as well, because time's like a really fucking slippery concept, especially once you go into those higher dimensions.
Yeah. So. Yeah. What is time? Is it a linear line, or is it just like just looping and looping?
Like a spiral, interwoven. I don't know. Why do eyes look like galaxies? I don't know. It's like, have you seen Interstellar? Because I watched that recently. I've been on like a Christopher Nolan binge. Yeah, like that, how they explain that. I've had that trip on mushrooms, like swimming around in that fifth dimensional thing, kind of going through my memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so trippy, man. But just that, like, how did that happen? If he never went to the future, he never could have communicated with him in the past. But it's like this, it couldn't have happened any other way. It's like, that's the paradox of it all. I don't know, man. That movie fucking blows my mind.
Christopher, how can Christopher Nolan do that?
He's a shaman. He's a shaman.
For sure. Christopher Nolan, James Cameron, they're definitely tapped into a creative.
Avatar is like an acid trip.
Dude, they're
ayahuasca,
they're tapped into some insane level of creativity.
I was actually gone through one of the ayahuasca ceremonies with you, Dakota, and I was like having such a crazy experience, and I was really appreciating artists and like these movies that come out, and these artists who are able to go into the abstract and ground this stuff into reality and then show it as a movie. It's like so mind-blowing, you know? So
you got to watch those movies on like a trip. That would be interesting.
I will one. I want to watch Dragon Ball Z.
I tried watching.
That'd be cool.
I tried watching the Avengers on acid, and it was horrifying.
Really?
It was.
I wish Alice in Wonderland. That was not nice.
Scary.
Why was Destiny's cool on acid?
It was just so intense. It's
too
so
much.
Fast
like
paced.
Is it like the sound effects? Yeah. All the erratic cuts and stuff. Yeah, I could imagine how that could be.
Dude, how have movies come to like what they are now? You ever go back and watch old ones and you compare just how like ADHD every movie is designed for now? Like it's designed for the shortest attention spans. And it's normal, like the way they cut things. It's like sometimes the progression feels so disjointed.
But those are the bad directors, you know. That's what separates the real good filmmakers who are able to like even have you seen what's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio when he's in the woods?
Which starts with a D.
The Revenant.
Oh, that's where he fights the bear.
Yeah, like even just that intro. Do you remember the intro of that movie?
It's long.
2 minutes. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds without a cut, but it
that's how they
draws you in. You know what I mean? Christopher Nolan, I feel like is that a lot. Yeah.
It builds the
long
anxiety.
shots, but that every shot is so perfect that you can't not look at it. You know what I mean?
Do you ever think about how tough it would be to be an actor?
To be a good actor?
Yeah, that's what I mean. To be a good actor is actually really difficult. I can't act worth shit.
That's a great skill.
I think they get my respect. Well, the great ones, because I know some people like to, you know, devalue like, oh, they're just professional liars. But in one aspect, maybe they're speaking such a deep truth, but just emotionally they're tapping into such a real place that we see that
they're
on screen,
so transcended from the bullshit identity that we're all attached to that they can just flow through the spectrum that's available to all of us. We just choose to be like, no, this is who I am. I like to wear these shoes. I wear this shirt, and they are like so just like fluid with self-awareness. A good actor.
The great ones, yeah.
I mean, like, think about like the ones that like the method actors that completely will for months lose themselves in a character.
Like Joker, have you seen that one?
Like Joaquin Phoenix for Joker.
Amazing. Chills, man.
Like how you have to be some kind of psychopath to be able to like transcend your normal identity and just like become a different person.
Or even just music, man, because like we look at all like actors are so amazing, directors, but if it had no music, movies would be terrible. Like try to watch a movie scene with zero music. It's like kind of
right.
It's a little bit awkward.
But the music influences you to feel a certain way. Like I sometimes turn away from YouTube videos when the music is too intense because it's like, why are you trying to influence my thoughts? I don't like that. I use very minimal music in my videos, and whenever I do use a lot of it, I feel like bad about it. Like I don't want to influence the viewer to feel happy for me in this moment. Like let them make their own decisions. Sometimes it adds value to things. But in that same regard, kind of off topic, I haven't been watching movies at all since I went on this health kick. And I feel like that's also good for your dopamine receptors. Because now if I watch a movie, I feel like it would be super good. Like I would enjoy it on a new level because it's been months since I've watched a movie.
Super immerse. I feel like that's why I don't really play video games anymore, because I feel like that's like a movies times a million, you know, in terms of like how much stimulation is coming up at you.
Right.
But yeah, man, I've been getting deep into movies lately. It's usually when I'm travel, like when I went to Peru, I didn't watch a single movie throughout my entire travels. Yeah, well, see, like even with music, like I get what you're saying, Adam, but like by heart, I'm a musician, so it's like I need to put music in. I love it, but now I'm creating it. So
dude, and you're just an artist in general. Because I mean, think about the amount of effort you put into your videos and your editing and stuff. You're just creative in general.
And most people have just terrible music taste. Because I feel like that with most YouTube videos.
Yeah, it's probably the music taste that's off-putting for sure.
So if you find like good orchestral instrumental stuff. That's why I don't even listen to a lot of lyrical music these days, just because that I feel like tries to influence how you think.
I hate
and
that.
I don't like that shit.
No, it's tough.
It's programming, man, because they have the emotional charge of music, right? And then with the words, and if it's like bad programming, you don't want to listen to that shit, man.
Well, it casts spells on you, man.
Definitely.
In what way?
That's why it's called spelling.
Yeah, spelling.
What do you mean?
Auto-suggestion, just feeding ideas and concepts and thoughts into your subconscious. And if you repeat something long enough, even if you're listening to it, like if you listen to something enough, it's going to influence eventually how you think, which is going to affect how you speak. And then
the
your
words
speech
you use.
is going to, and the words that you use, which is going to affect your behavior.
So do you think that's what people mean when they talk about magic? Is that like a real form of magic?
Yes.
Like a
language
demystified? Yeah, that's like you were saying. It's like what we were saying earlier when we were talking about how language produces the way you experience in reality, like Chinese people versus Spanish and English or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like that. So it's like language literally creates it's like a linguistic hallucination in a way. So if you could, and that's why indoctrination, like when you're born into a country with this, and you're fed your narrative, and the people in power can really dictate your self-image, and that's why America works the way it does, and why capitalism works. It's one kind of giant big spell if you think about it, because you're raised with certain insecurities, and then these corporations and these government people will sort of prey on those insecurities that they fed you as a way to extract power, as a way to extract money out of you. It's like, here's a photoshopped picture of, some unrealistic photoshopped image of a man and a woman. And then you have an entire population of people trying to live up to that standard. That's like a pretty dark spell.
It is.
Yeah.
The best part about it is nobody believes it's a spell. Those are the best kind.
Yeah, you just take
genius.
You just take the identity.
Evil, but it's genius, man.
It is, dude.
Sometimes I think of these people on these levels. I'm like, wow, man, to think of this shit and come up with these systems.
No, but what gets me is how everyone polices the system themselves, and we all keep each other in it. Because then you like shame someone for not believing it. Like,
that's the genius of it.
Exactly.
It's self-regulating.
Ooh, yeah. Fuck, that's deep, dude. That's scary. Damn,
that's our system. That's why I feel so good being away from humans most of the time.
Yeah. Do you think it's intentional?
Their version of reality onto you.
Is it? And they're so it's when people are so confident about it. That's what kind of annoys me. Is when you can when people are so sure, like the thing that they're saying, like this is fact, no matter what, and then they become super dogmatic about it.
That's when they stop learning, though. That's like the worst place to be in, because you're saying, I'm so sure there's nothing left to learn, and that's the moment when regression starts to kick in hard.
Do you think like the Alex Jones perspective of like they're doing black magic? Do you think they are intentionally doing these kind of things, like this, like the spells that we're talking about? Do you think the elite are completely aware of this and they know how to deliver it?
You mean in music and all that shit? Of course.
In music and everything, and the way that they've structured society, and the way that we've got like our identities.
Of course.
You think it's 100% intentional?
Yeah.
How?
I'm 99.9999% sure.
How dark do you think it goes though? Like, how do you think they're like talking?
I think way worse than what we could imagine. I think because hell is a bottomless pit, just like heaven can go. Everything's limitless. So you can go either way. So no matter the worst shit that you can possibly think of in your imagination, it can get worse than that.
And you think they're doing that? You think like the Queen?
On the positive end, it's like, things can always get better as well. So depends where you put your attention to.
You think the Queen and people are doing stuff like crazy?
I don't know who. I have no idea. I don't have that. I haven't researched enough. I don't know enough. But I definitely.
Okay, what about something like Bohemian Grove?
Let's have a coin here, because we have the Queen on our money.
What about like something like Bohemian Grove? Do you know what that is, Adam? You've never heard of Bohemian Grove before?
No.
Do you know what it is?
What is it? No, I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Bohemian Grove is that place that Alex Jones snuck into like 20 years ago with the giant owl statue.
Yeah. Yep.
Have you heard that, Adam? Okay, so about an hour and a half outside of San Francisco in California, there's this little creepy town called Monte Rio, and it's like thick in the redwoods. It's like something out of the Twilight Zone. I went there once, and there's a campground in the woods, and in this campground you have big CEOs, powerful people in Wall Street, and
intense.
No, not intense. It's like a campground built with cabins and stuff. It's like it's an elite campground. Like, so they all go there for 2 weeks, and like all these rich people get drunk, and they all like talk politics and.
Get drunk off what?
Who knows? Fucking ergot.
Baby blood.
Yeah, baby blood and ergot. But they do this crazy ritual that is called the cremation of care, where they dress up as druids and talk to this spirit in the forest while worshiping a giant owl statue. And
how do you know they do this?
Oh, they talk. It's 100% documented. You have like John Kerry, George Bush. You have all these guys openly talking about it. Bill Clinton talks about it, and they talk about the rituals. Alex Jones went in there and filmed the actual ritual.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a crazy fucking like you wouldn't believe it if
crazy.
You wouldn't believe it if they didn't talk about it. Like there's a clip on YouTube of someone like yelling at Bill Clinton, like. Bill Clinton, like, interrupting his speech, like, what about Bohemian Grove? And Bill Clinton goes, Bohemian Grove, what, where those rich Republicans stand naked in the redwood trees? So it's like, why are these rich politicians hanging out naked in the forest?
Sorry, so what do they do? Keep going.
They do these crazy, like, very eccentric occult rituals where they're, like, wearing shrouds and stuff. Like what you think of the Illuminati. When you think of the Illuminati and their shrouds doing weird shit, they do that.
Why?
So the movie's all right.
I don't know why. That's what I mean. Why? Is it because they're doing some crazy dark magic rituals?
Power? That could be a drug, I would imagine. Getting a bit of taste of that.
Definitely.
Because at a certain point, it's not money anymore, right? Because I'm sure some of these elites have everything.
Jeff Bezos or Trump or any of those guys give a fuck about money? It's all about just it's complete power.
Yeah.
If Trump had unlimited money, why did you want to become the president? Why would you ever take on that if you because you have a power hungry? It's demonic shit, man. Why would you ever want that?
Why are you so sure in your stance of like you refer to Trump in like a negative way? How do you know for sure? Like how do you know these things?
How do I know that he craves power?
Well, no, you seem to like have like a negative connotation. Like, how do you know this ritual you're talking about isn't a positive thing? Why is all this so dark?
Well, because they're doing a mock human sacrifice while they're doing it.
Okay.
Like they have a human that's like floating down the river, and they catch it on fire in front of this owl.
How do you know it's mock? How do you know it's not real?
Well, it's Alex Jones, and some people say it is real, but the people that are there say it's not real, obviously.
So how is that evil when you look at, like, I was watching that Vikings show. That's the last show I watched.
Yeah.
In Vikings, it was like an honor for them to sacrifice to the gods.
Yeah, and same with
that was like
same with the Aztecs.
They wanted to. So how come like we're saying that what if this whole ceremony they're doing is actually a beautiful thing? How do you know?
Well, it depends on if they're sacrificing themselves or if they're kidnapping people to be sacrificed. I think that would determine whether or not. I mean, if the person that's sacrificing themselves feels like it's an honorable thing to do, then I mean, fuck, man, who am I to say?
I guess you'd have to meet one of these people who go to these meetings and feel their vibe.
And also,
though, you can smell evil out. Apparently, according to Alex Jones.
Do you want the leaders of your presidents? Do you want your presidents doing shit like that? I mean, is that not?
Doesn't matter what you want.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the whole point. Is that you choose, you come together as a collective to choose your leader. I don't think as a collective we want leaders.
Do you actually come together and choose a leader?
Well, we at least on the surface have the illusion of it.
Oh, illusions are good.
Well, that's all we got in life is illusions, baby. One illusion to the next.
You guys ever have any premonition dreams that come true?
Yes.
Yeah, the one that comes to mind is I had a dream that I got busted smoking weed from my mum.
Yeah, but oh.
And then I got busted the next day.
Oh shit.
And I haven't got busted in a very, very long time. I'm not saying that was a premonition.
Would your mom be bad still?
Oh, now? No, not now. I mean, like when I was in high school.
You get grounded?
Like a kid. Yeah, dude, weed was the devil.
You're like, no, sorry, I can't.
She was anti weed. Like, I got, oof.
Sorry, I can't do a podcast today. My mom caught me smoking weed.
Yeah. Nah. It's, I kind of have a YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure.
You guys both smoke weed, right?
I have lately, yeah.
See, I don't like weed at all. Like, I've gone through phases of liking it, and then I go through phases where I'm just totally disenchanted. Like, not only do I not have an urge to smoke it, I kind of don't like the effects. And then I'll like it. Weed is a very weird thing for me. Have you ever gone through those phases where it's like you just don't want
Definitely. Like, maybe if I'm smoking too much, but even then, like, in terms of recreational substances, weed just hits all those buttons for me. Something that not even
brain chemistry thing.
For example, like even MDMA, like technically the high is better, but to me it's not worth the come down. You know, I'd way rather smoke a joint over MD any day.
What do we know about like the long term effects? Like they could have.
It's probably terrible. I've met more people who've gone fucked up from MD than gotten cured from. You know what I mean? I'm not bagging the substance itself, but I think it's different when you like let's say veterans who take MDMA in this therapeutic context. But then you've got this fucking Davo who takes 3 pills every weekend and drinks like crazy. And then he's like he's like, oh, actually MDMA is used for fucking blah, 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 blah. So it's like,
man.
Actually, they're using relationship therapy.
Yeah, it's a great way to rationalize your use.
It's like, get off the pills, dude. It's like really, not even in a judgy way, but it's like kind of like sad how you can be so blind. Because MDMA, man, it's like it fries your fucking brain, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think I've caused damage. That was one of the things I wanted to reverse the damage from. But I think microdosing, I've been on the microdose train. I honestly believe
on MD, you mean?
No, microdosing, like say shrooms.
Psychedelics. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I believe
and you've been doing that since I was in Peru.
Yeah, and I think it's reversed a lot of it. Like, why do you think I'm so healthy right now?
You were doing that since I was in the... He's been microdosing shrooms since we were in the jungle.
Wow. Because I remember complete life-changing? Well, it seems like
I don't know. Like, it's a combination of everything I'm doing, not just the one thing.
But has it been an inspiration to keep it going?
I don't know. Maybe. I think that all of the things together have been having a profound impact on my experience through life, especially lately. Like, I microdose maybe 4 or 5 times a week on average.
So, I'm getting into microdosing again.
I've never done it before.
I don't know why, but
in the beginning, you got to get.
It gives me anxiety, like just the thought of my microdosing. Yeah.
Lower the dose, man. You can start lower.
What, like 0.1 of a gram?
Yeah, like you're not. There's 2 schools of thought. One is you're supposed to feel slight threshold effects. The other school of thought, like the Thoughtaman version, is you're not supposed to feel anything. I land somewhere in between. There are some days where it's like it's good, like you microdose, like colors are brighter. It's not like you're tripping. It's just like your visual acuity is enhanced, and it's really great going for nature walks during those effects. And there's other days when you don't necessarily want that, but it's like you just feel something in the background that's giving you greater appreciation for life. I'd say it enhances your appreciation for what you normally dismiss as mundane. Like, it makes you feel more grateful for having 2 hands and 2 eyes. Like, sometimes you'll think, oh, like say an anxious thought, like with say YouTube, like oh no, like say you've got a strike. What happens if I lose my YouTube channel? It's like on a microdose day, you're more likely to fall back on, well, like what is the YouTube channel? What does that actually mean to me? And then you'll like sit down, play through what losing it would feel like, and then you can kind of fall back on being grateful for the experience and how it would just open a door to do something new that maybe you've been putting off that you want to do more. And it's like it allows you to take a step back. It's like instead of following the anxiety train, you can follow a more, conscientious way of thinking that's not just so dark. It's interesting, but I think you have to couple it with meditation and healthy eating. I think those 2 things are vitally important. And if you just microdose alone, it's not enough.
And are there...
Like they say about... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is there any health benefits to
That's
doing?
what I'm saying. That's why I'm primarily doing it, is because I think the amphetamines I was taking for ADHD caused serious damage. So my main goal for microdosing is the neurogenesis. I want to heal my brain.
And have you? I mean, I don't know how you would ever tell, but do you feel like it is working?
You can tell if you feel better, like in the day, like if you feel like a greater sense of enjoyment.
What about on non-microdosing days? How do you feel?
It depends. I mean, I still have ups and downs. Some days I feel great. Some days I feel like shit, and I think that's normal too.
Yeah.
It's hard to know. I think if you zoom back and you look at like the overarching, like if you could see a graph, and if like overall things are getting better, which is hard to see in the moment, then I would say it's having a positive impact.
Can you tell the difference between a non-microdosing day and a microdosing day?
Again, that depends on the dose. If it's a really low dose, then not necessarily. But if you take like a decent microdose, like decent is so hard to explain. Say basic strength cubensis. A decent microdose is, individually related. But for me, it would be like, I don't know, 250, 200, at least 250 milligrams. And then I would definitely see...
Which is a quarter of a gram?
Yeah, like I would see visual enhancements. Like things would just look more crisp and clear.
Right, like you sharpened it or something.
Yeah, it's cool. Like skin looks great. I don't know why, but human skin on a microdose looks delicious. We're talking about all this eating of people. But you know what I mean? Like it looks appealing.
I've met some cannibals before in real life.
Yes, I didn't mean in that aspect. I just meant like it's cool to look at skin. Like skin just looks fascinating.
Wow. Yeah, well, I feel like just in psychedelics in general, but I want to give the microdosing a shot. But I don't know if you're comfortable answering this, but what type of mushrooms do you grow? Picked ones or grown, or you know what I mean? Like ones that are grown out in nature, or do you grow it?
You said what type do you grow?
Sorry, the mushrooms that you take.
I think he's asking, are you growing these mushrooms in nature, or are they grown in a setting, like an artificial setting?
Yeah. Like, are you growing it in...
I have mushrooms that I've gotten from people who grow them.
Right.
Like
that's what I meant. That's what I meant to say.
Them. Yeah, I like doing it that way better, because then I like switching. My microdoses are not like normal people. Like even if I'm taking mushrooms, I switch between mushroom strains, and I find that's the most beneficial. So I don't want to that would take a lot of effort if I was to grow that many different mushrooms. Like I'm not down for that. That's too risky for me.
The reason why I ask is because we get lots of mushrooms that grow around our area, but every year you always see the council spraying all the areas which the mushrooms grow. And I'm trying to think wait, so when you eat mushrooms, because no one really talks about this, but are you eating poison? Like, are you fucking poisoning yourself by eating this shit?
Take ones that someone's grown. I think that's a better option. Don't take wild ones. Wild ones are too risky. Unless
you go out in really far out in nature. But I love mushroom picking. Even if I don't take it, I just love going out in nature and
we were talking about this before. You were saying that the mushrooms there they have a very strong alkaloid profile.
Yes, the ones in Victoria, the suburb.
Try cubes. Honestly, cubes are known for being a very warm, like more gently targeted experience.
I had one earlier this year, a cube trip, just literally one cube mushroom, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I love microdosing cubes. They make me feel more connected to like family. Like I feel like I want to. But see, it also goes to say the different compounds have different microdose effects. Like LSD microdose, if I do that, or usually it's an analog because the analogs are legal. If I do one of those microdoses, I'm more likely to clean the house. Like really? I feel like I've got dirt radar. Like I can see the specks of dirt. I'm like,
I need that.
It's disgusting in here. And then I'll start cleaning. Versus the mushroom microdose, I'm more likely to want to spend time with family. So it's like mushroom microdose is more of a bonding experience.
It's really interesting.
Mescaline one is cool too. I've done a lot
of... What's mescaline like? At least compared to, let's say, LSD or mushrooms.
Well, Wachuma is mescaline.
Yeah, I mean, but pure mescaline. Like, I'm assuming that would be different
amount, it feels very social.
Right. And what about on a proper trip level?
It kind of feels like nature's LSD for the first hour or two, and then it turns into more like an MDMA-esque I want to chat thing.
Really?
Okay.
That's good. That sounds good.
Similar to San Pedro, I feel. It sounds like
Dude,
it.
do you not? You have no idea how many San Pedro ceremonies we did during quarantine.
Oh,
we were drinking
shit.
San Pedro nearly every day.
Fuck.
I want to try it. How? Like,
Dude.
I want to like get some dried San Pedro. How is it?
It tastes like shit. But yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
it's
would
pretty
kind
bad.
of explain it the same way you did, like nature's LSD and nature's MDMA, but very, very subtle, not like overwhelming body orgasm where you're rubbing things.
So you're not taking enough then?
You have to take a lot, man, and it tastes so bad. I've
That's
tried.
what I'm saying.
I've
That's why
had
it's
different
hard to
levels.
dose it.
I've had different levels of San Pedro trips. I've had the one that we did together this year, and that was like very mild,
that was
mellow,
emotional
so
though.
good.
You were crying, and we were all hugging each
That
other and
was.
stuff.
It was. But it wasn't like. But I wasn't like tripping and getting
No.
overwhelmed. It was like.
I've never tripped.
just,
I've never
again,
been able
the bonding
to.
thing.
Yo, mescaline just makes you cry. I fucking cried when I took a high dose of mescaline.
Nah,
It's like the crying
I've
drug.
had a DMT trip on San Pedro once before.
No way, dude! I
But
tried so
I-
hard.
I got the fractals. I was vibrating to such a high frequency that I felt like my body was going to explode. And then the lady came and offered me another cut.
Dude, I was taking
no, I
big
think I'm good.
doses, and I couldn't break through to like.
Really?
It's like there was a couple times where I got trails, like trails would follow my hands.
That's so weird, man. I've had like
Different
It
brains,
must be
man.
the-
Some brains respond differently to different drugs.
Yeah.
Like different psychedelic classes.
Well, half an ayahuasca cup is like legit a heroic dose for me.
Wow.
See,
that's how sensitive I am
Remember, I was agreeing with that at first, and now I upped my dose.
Did you?
Yeah.
So do you think you get to a point where like you're like really sensitive and then you hit a threshold and then you need more?
No, he was doing it every week.
Well, the thing is like I was having really far out experiences in the jungle off a quarter cup, or like a little bit over a quarter, and then I stopped being able to like truly break through fully. So then
Okay.
I upped it to almost a full cup, and that's what I've been drinking. Like for the
Dakota.
last few.
But if you go back now after months off, you'll be like it'll reset. That's called tolerance.
Well, they believe that it works the opposite actually, that the more you drink ayahuasca, the less you have to drink.
Sometimes, to a degree, I believe that too. But I found from say microdosing mushrooms so regularly, after I take those 2 days off, like say I do 5 days and I take 2 days off. Sometimes I do 3 days, take a day. Like it depends. But the next one is always stronger.
Really?
Yeah, but initially there is like, I would say like initially when you first start taking psychedelics, there's like this phase where a lot of people, it's a really weird effect. They're not sensitive at all.
Yeah.
And like they need huge doses, and then they hit this, they cross over this
Well, you
barrier,
need
kind
to
of like how
purge.
people say weed is different after psychedelics. Like there's this actual change that happens, and then all of a sudden they're more sensitive. So like I'm talking once you first cross that now I'm mega sensitive barrier, then what I'm saying takes into effect where like, yes, you're in general you're more sensitive, but if you take it many days in a row and take a day off,
Right.
like your sensitivity does need time to reset a little bit.
Right.
At least that's what's true for me.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. Ayahuasca is a weird one,
What's
man.
that weird shift though? That's the interesting part to me, is that like I know a lot of people who have started taking, say, acid is a good example, and they had nothing but blissful, like they just said it was like a circus, like colorful rides.
Yeah.
And then they always they're always like so cocky, like well, commonly so cocky. Then they have that one, the
Yeah.
one Tom, that one trip where they're
No,
like,
I have no idea.
where it just fucks them up the ass, and then after, and then it's like they can't trip.
soul
for
rapes you balls
fun.
deep. Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're so sensitive, even like a quarter of a tab fucks them.
Why
that's
who
very
did that happen
common.
It's
to?
weird. I think it's maybe certain experiences, like doors that you open, that it's like, I even think of this like maybe you watch a YouTube video that gives you a certain type of knowledge about the world, and then forever you start looking at the world differently just from that one piece of information.
Yeah.
So maybe psychedelics are like you're going to different dimensions, different doors, different whatever, and maybe it's like kind of because you've opened up that door before, it wouldn't be that hard to kind of go back there again. That's kind of like a theory that I have. I don't know.
I think I've said that before in the past too.
We
the
all
door
need
thing
to,
is a good way to put it.
We all need to do a trip together somewhere. We need to take a trip together.
Come to me.
No, we need to go somewhere cool. Like go do it like traditionally somewhere.
Beast.
That would be
I
cool.
mean, yeah, Canada seems awesome though.
There's some really beautiful places in
No,
Canada that we could hit
I
up.
would love us to meet up in Canada and do that also on one occasion. But I think we should go do like an actual trip with like Mazatec in the Mazateca and do mushrooms or something.
In Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've done that tons, man. You guys have done that together before a lot.
Yeah, but we need you to do it with us.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Or something really different.
Whatever.
Like, I feel like you're the biggest psychedelic channel on YouTube. You at least need to do like a proper shamanic ceremony at least once.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just not too, excited about it.
No, you shouldn't be.
No. Yeah, right. Even just thinking about Mexico, like when it got delayed, like one part of me was like really, it was upsetting.
Thank
like,
God.
fuck, we made all these plans. But another part of me, like, oh, thank goodness, I've got another couple extra months to, because ayahuasca's intense. I generally speaking, prefer like San Pedro, more of that.
You know what environment I think would be great if we were all to have a trip? Like somewhere like in the a tropical place. No, like in the mountain, like go to Fiji, like go to like some cool island. That would be really neat. Like camping. If we were all like camping in like some tropical place with volcano mountain backdrop, that'd be cool. It's me.
Go to Thailand, get a mushroom shake. Yeah.
And in Philippines and in
India. That makes, minus Philippines, that makes me excited. But the whole like go to the rainforest and have a shaman blow smoke in my face, I'll do it, but it's just whatever. That doesn't excite me.
I'll do it, yeah. Alfred.
But why not the Philippines? You don't like the Philippines?
Their drug policy is nuts.
Is it what they kill people and stuff there?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Bali as well.
Yeah, Thailand too, right? Isn't Thailand got crazy laws or no?
Not at that crazy. Like mushrooms, at least is okay, I think.
Well, you can straight up buy it at like a restaurant, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's legal on the federal level.
We should go do it in Japan.
They're really against drugs there because they're for productivity. You do drugs, you go to jail.
I don't know. I think that would be a trip, though. Like that's something that's alien to all of us. Go rent one of those sliding door houses. Like all their doors are like.
That'll be such a. I would love to go to Japan, dude. And dude,
so cool.
I would do it.
No toilet paper. You got to fucking wash your
India
ass.
India too.
Yeah,
you experienced that before.
Yeah.
You guys have been to some pretty.
India was very dirty. Yeah, I know that when people say like, "Oh, that's racist," it's like no, like I'm saying like objectively, as a matter of fact, it was very dirty.
I was just thinking like I think yesterday I was thinking how many crazy adventures we've been on, Tom.
Oh,
dude,
crazy!
In like a year.
Even India. I know it's. Dude, I'm still going through my footage now. I could make like another 4 documentaries just on the India stuff, but it's like, it's crazy. India was a trip. I think South America is more my. I can gel with the culture because I speak the language, obviously. So that
and it's psychedelic and spiritual.
It makes navigating through the world easier.
India, man,
India's interesting.
I love it. I love the craziness.
You have to have a lot of patience. You have to have a lot of patience for India.
Dude, India would eat Adam alive. Adam would hate India.
By the end of it, I was so angry. It's just like too many people ripping me off. I'm like, you know what? Fuck, I know how you work. Fuck off. Like, because the guy will take you like, all right, it's, I don't know, 400 rupees for a taxi ride. And then when they'll take you there, it's like, oh, actually it's 500 because it's $100 fee for this, whatever. Just shit like that.
Imagine Adam 3 weeks in dealing with that.
They take rupees like in Zelda?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like in Zelda. I was laughing too, man. I was like, "Oh no, shit! That's where Zelda got it."
Currency from Breath of the Wild and use it for the
make the sound effects. Yeah, man, it's fucking awesome.
Every payment on the street. Ding.
Oh man, have you guys ever played that game, Breath of the Wild? That game is so good.
I haven't finished. I have it on the Switch. I haven't finished it. Worth it?
Don't get into it. I got so into it, like when it came out years ago, my YouTube videos paused for a while because I was playing Breath of the Wild.
That's what I get afraid of. Like the only games I play these days is like Smash Bros, but that's only with people, like competitively.
Dude, I'm into the Dragon Quest, baby.
Yeah, man.
I actually have sectioned off time. I'm so like.
What's Dragon Quest?
Where it's like I have like an hour of video game time that I can play if I want to.
He's a character in Smash Bros. Actually.
What's Dragon Quest? That's the guy in the
Dragon Quest is kind of like, it's really cool because it's a role-playing game, a Japanese RPG. with the same artist who does the animations as Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, cool.
So it feels like you're playing a Dragon Ball Z. You didn't know that?
You saw how my face just lit up then. What?
Dude, check out Dragon Quest 9 for the Switch. It's really good.
If it's related to Dragon Ball Z,
Tom's a Dragon Ball Z nerd.
Yeah.
Well, it feels like you're like the characters. The main character in 9 looks like Android. What is it? Android 17. It's like a conversion of Android 17. It's really
JRPG. Neat. So is it like Pokemon?
Pokemon?
Yeah, isn't that a Japanese role-playing game?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, is it nothing like that at all?
Anyway, I gotta let you guys go real soon. Not only am I at 6% battery, but kids are gonna start needing my attention now that it's 7 a.m.
Yeah, I think we did like an hour and a half. I think.
Yeah, no, we did.
Awesome, man.
Well,
speak to you boys.
Yeah, what do you think, Adam? You got anything to say up to the world or to my YouTube channel on the very least? You got anything like you've been working on anything?
Me?
Yeah, you've been working on any like cool videos or anything you're coming out with?
I've been working on me, baby.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it shows.
Keep doing those peck dances, baby.
Yeah, keep pecking.
I'm gonna catch up.
You with a peck dance. Hold on. Let's see if you can see. This is not a tight enough shirt. Let's try to make it a little tighter.
This is not a drill, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh shit! Wow.
I'm impressed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You can see my shirt popping.
You've inspired me, Adam. Next time I go to Canada, I'm gonna have to do a titty dance.
We're gonna have to do a live trip topless. It'll be so like homoerotic. It's gonna get everyone so excited.
You guys see me in a month. I've been working out. Adam just inspired me.
No, more like
I get like a huge chest.
You get fat.
No, don't say that.
It happens. We'll put you in the middle. You'll be the contrast. You'll be the two abs on each side, and then you'll be in the middle with your gut.
Yeah.
And we can like eat food off your gut. You can,
I'll become
really
like some fat, unrecognizable person.
You can just sit back. I got the image in my head with like our drinks are resting on your gut, and we each like take the drink, put it back down. It'll be beautiful.
Jesus, Adam.
I'm down.
I become your guys' fat sex slave that you guys bought in a $15,000 cabinet.
Yeah, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
No, Dakota, you can never get fat. I can't see that at all.
I would like to. I'm trying.
You're trying to get fat?
I would like to try, yeah. I'm sure you could help me, actually. I'll text you, and you can give me some advice on how to gain some weight.
No, but do you want to get fat, or do you want to get, strong?
Yeah, thick, boy.
I'd like to be like Tom's body.
I show my gut, and it's like, oh, yeah, about that.
Tom, you naturally get ripped, though. Like,
dude,
for me,
Tom's
it takes
ripped, yeah.
Crazy effort. Like, for you, it doesn't, I don't think it's as hard for you.
To what? To get fat?
Like to get ripped, because for me I have to
no.
Calories. For you it's easy, isn't it? Like it's easier.
Well, getting lean, yes, very easy. Bulking, it's a little bit difficult, but it's just discipline, man. I feel so.
There's never been one point in my life where I've ever lifted.
Really?
Dakota, I'll show you how to lift.
Okay, show me.
You know what's really interesting is lifting is so much like don't go to YouTube. It gets really confusing. Because everyone thinks they have the answer, and everyone's answer contradicts the next guy's answer. So it makes it really tough to like learn what to do. The best thing to do is you really just stick to the fundamental exercises, like any compound movement to begin. So you would really just start with doing bench press, squats, deadlifts, and then some kind of like a back movement. And like you could totally get jacked just off 4 exercises. It's not too confusing.
And how long does it take, you think, before I'd start noticing changes?
Well, they call it newbie gains. As long as you're eating, the biggest thing is your diet. That's why tracking is good. As long as you can track your protein and fat, and you need fat to build muscle. There's a lot of misconception out there. So when you track it, and as long as you're upping the protein, a lot of people don't need enough protein. And then you're doing, say, you could start working out 3 days a week. That could be your start. You will start seeing changes in within a month, you'll start seeing some muscle forming.
And stretching. I feel like stretching in the recovery phase definitely aids with building it up.
I don't have much. I stretch, but I don't know much about that.
Yeah, well.
And how long would you work out for, like during one day? Like an hour a day?
Dude, my workouts even right now, most of my workout is I jog, and then I work out for like 20 minutes. That's it. That's it. People think you got to go hours. I do I'm like on easy mode. Like I'll do like maybe 2 lifts. That's it. I like doing smaller amounts of lifts because then you can really put your energy into the one lift and you can really execute it to perfection. And I find that's much more valuable for growth than trying to like expand your workout repertoire over like 8 different, to hit your bicep at 8 angles. I'd rather just like hit it at one angle perfectly.
Right.
And then maybe next workout hit at a different angle. I don't know. You got to switch it up. There's a lot to know. That's why it's good to start with just the basics.
Yeah, because your muscles get used to it eventually. Even like with bench press now, I do like one-handed on a Swiss ball, because then you're like, it's like a full body workout. It's not only a chest anymore. Or
you
things
gotta
like that.
Change. You got to do change. Anyway, I gotta let you guys go. It was really nice chatting.
Yeah, it was good catching up.
You too, brother.
Yeah, we
catch
do
up soon.
Once the travel comes again, we got to get together.
What's up with our podcast? We did a podcast forever ago. You ever gonna upload that?
Oh man,
did you lose
that's
it?
like one of 15 that I haven't reviewed. I need to hire an editor.
It's like 3 years old now.
Dude, no, honestly, I've got over probably more than 15 podcasts that I haven't posted from other people, not just you.
Yeah.
I haven't even watched the whole podcast with you.
Like talking shit about Koi Fresco.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, a big portion of it, I think.
How is he doing? Do you still talk to him?
No, I don't talk to him.
Oh, man.
Anyways,
someday that'll happen.
Yeah,
anyway.
some days. All right. Good seeing you, Adam. Thanks for chatting.
Good seeing you guys. Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Cool, bro.
Bye, Tom.
See you.
Hey, Adam. Have a good one.
Oh, shit. Did I hang all of us up? Oh, no, it's just us now. Okay. Well.
What's going on?
Not too much. Just us.
Yeah.
Tomas.
I'm going to get it. The weed has been really good lately, so that's a big positive.
Yeah, weed has been nice.
Dude, apparently in our suburb, there's like this Facebook group of weed dealers, which is so weird because I understand like other platforms, which is like encrypted and stuff like Wicca, but this is like just a Facebook group, and there's like 20 dealers in my suburb. Like it's so like you go to Facebook, like it's, again, you don't have to.
And
go
they got
through
menus and stuff.
Menus.
That's
this
so
strain, we got this for
is
this much,
is it
this
legal
for
there
this
in
much.
Melbourne?
Definitely not.
Oh wow!
But it's not punishable by prison time.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So we're the most liberal.
That's good.
City in our city, which is funny because we call our right, political right, we call it liberal, and our left is Labour. So it's a little bit different.
That's funny.
So it kind of trips me out. Yeah. So your liberal is Anyways, politics, fun stuff.
Well, what time is it there now? You got to be like midnight now, almost, right?
Yeah, I feel like it is.
Are you tired?
How's I'm alright. I've been doing like pretty late ones anyway, so it's all good. 12:20. 12:20.
12:20.
How's integrating anyway? Is it crazy going back home, like especially with all this shit going on? And
no, I don't think so.
Do you find yourself more sensitive to home, or
I do find that
I
I'm a little bit. Yeah, I do actually. I find myself just like not wanting to be here and just kind of wanting to be more in like the relaxed vibes of the mountains. I mean, not only is like the fucking social climate crazy here right now. I mean, there was military in my neighborhood like a month ago when all the riots were starting. Like there was
That's crazy.
They were blocking off my neighborhood for us to be able to go into the to the inner city because people were expecting looting and rioting and all that crazy stuff.
Isn't it crazy how I went to that environment after my little Peru trip? Just for it to happen again on a global scale.
I know,
but
it's
like,
so crazy.
But not as bad. That's not to put it down like, oh, it's not much, but like, dude. And at least the protest that I went to in Melbourne compared to the one in Chile, nah. This is like actual violence on violence.
Where,
like
in Melbourne?
No.
Chile?
We're pussies. No fucking way. This will be the last country to get a revolution, dude.
It didn't go so bad where I'm at in Detroit, but in like in some places, man, they like took over the police stations and stuff.
Yeah.
They spray painted
Anarchy.
over police and put the people's station.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out for them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's back to normal now, I'm sure.
I don't know. I try not to watch too much news, just every once in a while, just to see like, all right, how are things going?
Yeah, I mean, I'm for it on some level. Like, basically, I think what the conclusion of this protest is now is to defund the police so that they can't afford to buy tanks and like crazy like the police shouldn't be militarized. You know, like you should be protecting the community. There's no fucking military that you need to fight in the community. So I think that's like the main thing right now is to defund the police and redistribute that money into community projects or into like building some kind of alternate system where not everything is revolved around the police, because the police here, like a normal call gets so violent. So they want to like maybe make a new sort of department where it's like a psychiatry department or something. Like you don't send the police to someone that's having a mental breakdown because they get killed or something, you know?
No,
so they want,
that's mean.
Yeah, so they want to like they're trying to come up with a new system, which I think is cool. It is time for that.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't hear that perspective, so I get. And at the same time, you got to like some people have good ideas and like it sounds nice, but then sometimes you got to like, how is this going to be in practice?
Right.
I don't know about this particular situation, but just in Chile, like, you know, that people just want to tear down the system and it's like extreme socialist, communist sort of stuff. And then you've got people who I met in Chile who came from Venezuela, which of course is a very famous failed state and it's hell, right? You know about Venezuela. And he's like, dude, it doesn't work. I like escaped this country because of this shit. And now I'm seeing this
happen again.
Like these ideas spread by fucking idiots who don't have a bigger picture on reality. You know what I mean? They're just in their little bubble. They're like, oh, but it's not fair. It's a heavy kind of topic, and there's always two sides to everything. But
I wasn't in the heat of it like you were. Like I didn't go into the city because I mean it was. I should have. I don't really have a good excuse to why I wasn't out protesting. I should have. But you like were in Chile straight up like tear gassing and gas mask on and stuff, right?
Yeah, I got fucking gassed.
Literally right after ayahuasca. Like we didn't do ayahuasca like because the shamans went back to the jungle before I left. So there was a period where we weren't doing any ceremonies or anything. Okay. So I could chill out before coming home to it. Like you went from doing ceremony to flying there.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking crazy.
With the Wario version of you.
Yeah, I did have that kind of energy, like, yeah, fuck it, you know. I was ready for it.
I'm talking about your like friend that you were with. He looks like the evil version of you.
Oh, right, Warrior. That's hilarious. Felipe, no, he's the best. That was crazy, man. Like I remember at one stage, it was like at night, and all the cops were coming in their fucking SWAT uniforms, and they're like marching, and I'm like at the front lines with the camera. I'm like, all right, any second I'm gonna run. Any second, it's like that filmmaker in me. He's like, I gotta get the shot. I gotta get the shot.
You got some cool shots.
And then they started like to kind of run at us, and then I just fucking sprinted, and they flanked us, man. It was crazy. Like you run, you see all the cops circling the perimeter, and it's like, dude, if I got caught, this isn't Australia. Right. I'm gonna get my fucking ass kicked or go to prison or whatever. Whether I get let out, I'm like, hey, I'm Australian. Oh, sorry.
Right.
They just let you go. Oh, wait, you're Chilean? Nah, get the fuck in this cage. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Like in a fucked up way, man. It's like kind of falling apart, but that's the world we live in, man. I think it's
all falling apart now.
I think
it's a purge.
It's inevitable, man. It's inevitable. What do you think was going to happen?
We have to do these global purges.
You have to. It's important.
Yeah. I mean, what about you? How have you been integrating since everything? Just back to kind of normal life now. Yeah, just
creating, normal life. I've been like in home a little bit too much because I need to get out and travel every once in a while. So that's just been catching up to me now lately. The first couple months it was like, yeah, cool, whatever. Especially after doing Peru and all that stuff, like it's so much experience that you need to relax. And I've been getting into like music production, so that's like a whole different universe.
Are you gonna start releasing music? That'd be cool if you like.
I've released music. I've released music on
under what name?
My SoundCloud, YourMateTom.
What kind of music are you singing and stuff in it?
No. Well, there's one different stuff. Yeah, one's like instrumental, sort of like a lo-fi thing. Another one's ambient psychedelic stuff.
You should do Beelzebub or Beelzeboss.
Well, I do, man. I invested like heaps of money on like good sound equipment, speakers, got my guitar, so I can start recording stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I need to come out there.
Maybe some metal shit.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I've been listening to metal a lot lately for some reason.
Have you?
Yeah.
You should listen to Trivium's new album. It's like they released it when quarantine started. It's so good.
Do you like Bring Me the Horizon? That's not as quite as like legitimate as Trivium, but have you listened to their new album at all?
I was gonna say their new album I appreciate.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, it's
early Bring Me not so much.
You don't like the death metal?
No, it's not even death metal, man. Because I like In Flames. There's really brutal. It's the high pitched scream that I don't like. Yeah. Like I don't even like the guttural stuff, but I can. That's way better than because if it's the thing is if it depends if it's right for the part of the song. You know what I mean? Like if you're just screaming over like kind of mellow guitar riff, it's not really that heavy, then it's like, all right, it's a bit of a stretch. But if it's like really brutal and the instruments kind of complemented, then fuck yeah, man, I'll be like,
you got Australia had a good scene.
Yeah, The Art Is Murder. I don't know if you heard of The Art Is Murder. They're like our biggest death metal.
But you guys had a lot of good just bands in general come out of Australia.
Wolfmother.
I'm think there's one in.
There's a few, man. We got
D's
awesome
Nuts.
music.
You know who D's Nuts is?
I don't.
D's Nuts. They're
good.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, I think they kind of started as a joke band, like party hardcore band. But
nice.
they're from Melbourne. They're really cool.
Well, Flea from Chili Peppers.
I Killed the Prom Queen.
I've heard of them.
Yep.
Yeah, look, when it comes to metal, I only listen to
In Heart's Wake.
I've heard of them. I think with metal nowadays, I only listen to the bands that because I'm not really into heavy music that much, but I definitely have I need to listen to it. But like Trivium is like the newest metal band that I like. I don't go out searching for like, oh, what are new metal bands coming out or whatever. I feel like metal has
hit its
died.
Peak.
Yeah. For now, until the next wave, which would come in, who knows when. But Trivium was like the last great, like truly great band that will be remembered.
Yeah.
You know, or that era, like Lamb of God. Slipknot's a little bit older, but just things like that. What's the latest metal band that you've heard of that is like hit that Metallica, like that everyone in the world knows?
Not that level. Definitely not that level.
Exactly.
There's not even really many bands that can even that do that anymore.
Rock and roll, man. It's gone all to trap and hip hop. I feel.
Yeah, rock is
for now though. Again, it's all cycles, it's all rhythms. I'm sure
think so?
One day. Yeah, I reckon one day we're gonna have like
people really aren't playing
bass.
music anymore, like playing instruments.
I know. I used to hate like electronic music for that reason, and now I'm like creating this shit. But I'm integrating like synth. I'm integrating everything because I play all the instruments, so it's like it's still that level of skill that I like. Versus it's not just a computer. I'm actually performing these stuff. Synthesizers, man, that's so cool. You should learn that shit. I reckon
I think
so much fun with that.
The synth, if my memory is correct, was developed by two different people at the same time in different parts of the world, simultaneously,
really?
But not together. They
weren't affiliated.
They weren't affiliated. It just happened to happen.
Whoa!
I'm not totally sure if that's
trippy.
I think that's true. I'm not positive. One time there was a fact. I read this interesting fact that bats always turned left while going out of the cave. I was like, man, that's so interesting. And I was parroting it for years, and then it turned out it wasn't true. So, so don't listen to me.
If you didn't say it wasn't true, I would have just told that to everybody.
I was like, you want to hear a cool fact? You know, bats, they always go left out of a cave. No one knows why. It's not true.
But yeah, man, quarantine's been pretty good though. Except like, I guess I've been smoking a little bit too much weed, but that's kind of natural. Like it's winter. Like thematically and literally, it's like winter time, right?
Yeah.
And it's like fucking freezing. You don't get to. I don't like to use that as an excuse, but it's like, I'm having fun, so it's good. Editing as much as I can. I'm gonna actually work on that. I am working on it actually, but I'm gonna release that 5MEO video.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I reckon a couple weeks. I kind of edited the bulk of it. Just need to edit like.
How is it?
No, right. Yeah, it looks fucking epic, dude.
Does it?
It brings me back, like when you watch the video like that, and you're like, "Fuck!" When you have that emotion,
I remember your camera kept overheating, so it was really hard to film.
Yeah, no, you got all the important bits because you cut a lot of it anyway, and then your footage kind of helps glue it together. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
crazy though, man.
That was probably more powerful for you than ayahuasca, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's more of because it was my first time doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to say, man. But I can see how that 5-MeO DMT could be a very slippery slope into spiritual ego.
Yeah.
if you're not careful. So I already came with the mentality, like anti-spiritual ego before that, you know what I mean? So I was like, always, all right, no matter what you experience, remember, you got to come back, you're human, got to ground yourself. And that was the first insight that I got when I came back. I'm like, oh, thank God I'm human.
I'm still scared of it.
It's scary. Die, man. Like, you actually fucking die.
My sister did it. She did it twice.
Was that?
She did it twice.
And how'd she go with everything?
Not very good.
Really?
Yeah, not very good. She did ayahuasca once and was like, I'm not doing that again. I want to leave.
Just too much shit coming up, or?
Yeah, too much. I don't know. She didn't really tell me what she was experiencing. She was just like, I just don't like this. And she was just like, having a hard time in general. And so, yeah, it didn't really work out too well. So she only stayed in the jungle for like 4 days. And then she got a boat out by herself to Iquitos. And I finished ceremony. I finished out the retreat. And then I met her back in Iquitos. And then we flew to the valley, which was a little bit more her style. Because it's
right. Yeah. You said that. I remember you saying that. You should probably enjoy the sacred valley more.
Yeah.
Jungle isn't for everybody.
And she didn't do any ceremony there, but Sapo. But the 5-MeO DMT. And she had a really profound experience. She was crying. She said she left her body and became the wind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Became nature.
Yeah, she said I was just the wind and I was just flying. And that was really good.
That was intense.
That was really good for her. It was really healing for her. And my sister's like totally not the type of person that's like into any of this kind of stuff. And she still had a pretty kind of shamanic experience from the 5-MeO.
It would be interesting, like, just asking people a significant time afterwards, you know, because I was speaking, I actually met up with Jake, you know, had a nature walk with him.
Oh, nice. That's so cool.
Yeah. But he did say with the 5-MeO, it left him with HPPD. And
what's that?
He's been having like where you start seeing shit after you trip, you know what I mean? Like you still have a little bit of visuals, like traces or whatever. Not flashbacks, just visuals. Like I had it after Iboga for 2 weeks.
I think I have that sometimes. Like maybe when I'm in the shower sometimes.
There you go. But it's still going. I don't know about now, but
he's just still tripping. It's been like 4 months. He's in his room just like, what the fuck?
But he's been having like a spiritual crisis, like a similar one to what I had on Iboga.
Fuck.
So, and I just say this not to, you know, just to tell people what they've been going through, but at the same time, you got to
recognize the reality. It seemed
really profound. Yeah, because it seems really profound at the time when you're doing it. Woo! And then afterwards, yeah, it's like, you got to go back to reality. Or maybe it was, I think, because I relate with him when I first started my psychedelic journey, I think it was more the too much too soon. You know what I mean? Like you want to do it all immediately and kind of instead of easing your way into this shit, because the totality of reality, as you know, is very overwhelming.
I'm sure, man, like having like such a great community and stuff, because he was with us for a couple weeks. We hung out with Jake for a couple weeks, and we were really with him with his journey, you know.
Exactly.
And with him with us, like I mean, he was with me for my first ayahuasca thing too. So I mean, he was really with me for mine, and like to have that community where we're all going through stuff and like really like sharing this brotherhood and stuff, and then for it to go back home and just kind of be you're back in like the kind of the swamp of life and everyone's still shithead and stuff. It's got to be hard.
Exactly. And it is like I again now it's different because when I first did ayahuasca, I went back to live with my mom, and that was really difficult. But going back to your own space is like a whole different thing. You know, I can go like after ayahuasca, I can come to my home and literally just integrate. I don't have to see the world. But not everyone's in that position. That's the thing. You know, that's one of my point is that you're going to have to go back to reality, and it's, I don't know.
And it's also
it's different for everybody. It's different for everybody.
It is definitely different for everyone, but it's also like important to recognize that these experiences aren't going to be a cure-all pill. And I mean, sometimes they do for some people magically. Like sometimes it really is a cure pill for some people, but you're still going to have to put in the hard work.
Definitely.
Like ayahuasca will she'll help you, but you need to like, it's like having a trainer, you know, like you still have to do the fucking work.
Or, you know, she can heal a certain wound or whatever, but then you can go back to reality and just cut it open again. And it'll be exactly the same way it was before because you didn't give it that time.
Is Jake like staying clean and stuff as far as that stuff goes?
For the most part, maybe did a naughty thing here and there.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Yeah, shout out to Jake, man. Cool guy. Really happy we met him.
Yeah, it's awesome. I was actually going to meet up with him to do another nature walk soon, but we got to quarantine.
You should even... What are you showing his Sapo experience?
I already did. It's been up for a while.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did already upload that one.
No. That was like a quick, easy one.
Yeah, you could even
Follow-up.
a follow-up with him. That'd be cool. And like, talking about the importance of like how now after he had this profound experience and now it's kind of like where it's led to him and the conclusion, how it's worked. That'd be cool. It'd be a cool podcast.
But, you know, like I tried to help him out as much as I can because I was in that situation. So at least from his perspective, like to speak to another human being who's been through what you've been through, like that in and of itself is like, come on. Yeah. Not calling myself a gift, but fucking hell do I wish I had someone who could have talked to me. Yeah. I mean, in that real way, not in a, it's, you know, coming from like a spiritual guru who's had nothing but blissful experiences. No, you just got to wait, man. Right. You need someone to kind of connect with your pain and be like, oh, okay. So there is actual hope. You know what I mean? It's like, did you get better? I'm like, fuck yeah. I thought I was like doomed. I wasn't going to like recover, but it helps. And sometimes even this, like, you know, we're talking about how he's having a rough time after this experience, but that could be all like character building, you know, like
for sure. It's all part of it. It is a part of the process for sure.
For sure.
That's the ayahuasca still doing the work. That's what
and
they
Meo
mean.
DMT.
Yeah, and the 5-MeO.
And the San Pedro.
And the pilgrimage of going to Peru and the San Pedro. I mean, this is all this is what people mean. Like when the shamans say the medicine works on you even after you leave. That's what it means.
Before you even get to the place it works. That's what's so... Again, we're talking about this time thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what ayahuasca showed me my last ceremony that you just reminded me of? This is my last ceremony. Ayahuasca showed me that I was having this crazy psychedelic moment. It almost doesn't make sense when I say it out loud. But I was having this moment in my head. It was a looping moment where it was like I kept having this realization come up and I would keep being mind blown over and over again about the fact that I was intentionally reliving moments in my life, and I kept going back in time to reliving them. And ayahuasca was showing me how I keep going back to certain moments in my life to relive them. And I'm maybe not conscious of it when I'm like in my normal state of awareness, but that time isn't linear and that I keep going back. And ayahuasca was showing me this moment and how I was going back to the moment that I was experiencing. Like it doesn't really make sense. But yeah, it reminded me.
Yeah. I feel like even cameras right now, like, you know, reality capturing devices, I'm sure somehow with technology that we can't fathom in our lifetime, that we'd be able to use all this footage and actually transport.
I have this crazy vision of what is actually going on right now. We're unconscious of it. It's like bees making their hives unconsciously and, you know, doing their fucking bee thing. Humans are doing that also with technology. But I think we're building a time machine. I think that's what all these, because we have cameras. Think about, we have cameras all over the world now, basically on every street corner. We are literally like capturing time.
Dude, 3D cameras.
3D cameras. This technology mixed with like artificial intelligence, being able to fill in gaps and stuff like this. So the technology of like of capturing the world with sound and camera and artificial intelligence being able to fill in the gaps that are not perfect within those technology. Then with virtual reality, we are going to be able to go back in time. Like we'll be able to go back onto New York, Times Square in December of 2019. Because you'll have...
But only in these times, right? Like, because you wouldn't be able to go back to, let's say, caveman days because there's no...
Well, maybe with some kind of like virtual reality technology.
At least not through that route.
Through that means. Yeah. So you'd only be able to do it based on when all the... And that's another thing. They always said you can only use a time machine based on the time when it was created. Because you can't go back to a timeline where there's no time machine. So you can only go far back as when it was created. That's like a thing in physics. Otherwise, it'd be a paradox, right? So that's kind of what this technology is this is the start of the time machine. So we're only going to be able to go far back as when everything was beginning to be captured. And
if you go back in time anyway, like to try to change shit, worse things happen. You don't want to fuck with time. Every movie tells you this, right? Every movie tells you this.
But like, think about this. You'd be able to go back in time and examine without changing it. So that fixes that paradox too. Because you wouldn't be able to manipulate it because you'd be in a virtual world.
So it's purely observational.
It's purely observational, but you probably still feel things too because it would be virtual. So you still
like
feel
Interstellar, how it's sort of like, it's not there, but you can do enough to like push a book or
exactly,
or with the dust particles or sort of
that would
see
be cool.
an outline.
Hopefully,
man, dude, that scene for real. Like we always talk about Doctor Strange being like one of the best psychedelic movies ever. I reckon that scene right there when he exits that ship and it goes all silent and you just hear that breathing.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, that descent like that. And he built that. That's a real set, dude. That's what's crazy about that shit. That's not CGI.
Ooh, and
that's a real fucking set where he's floating around.
He's flying through that thing, and it's like the sparks and stuff.
Nah, it almost brings me like that, a little bit of anxiety, like trip anxiety, like, whoa, fuck.
Dude, just like flying into the abyss.
That captured that crossing the threshold, the psychedelic threshold, better than any movie I've seen in my life. And that's not even like a psychedelic movie, right? Well, it is, but you know what I mean. Not to the same, stage as like Doctor Strange, but man, that
movie gives me the psychedelic anxiety.
Every time I watch that movie, like maybe once every couple of years, probably more. I'm going to start watching it more these days. But like, you finish watching it, man, and fucking you start thinking, man. Like weeks after, you're like, fuck. That's and it's. It's gonna suck Christopher Nolan's penis, on this fucking. Thank you,
our guru.
He's my guru, man.
But for real, man, some of these shamans, man, they find a way. The shaman archetype finds a way to express itself in all these different disciplines. Like think of Alex Jones, James Cameron.
He's they're shaman.
Yeah. Oh, I'm losing you. I'm losing Tom right now. It froze. Do I got internet still? My internet's still working? Refresh. Oh, it looks like it's my internet. My internet's not working. Let's switch internets.
Is he into?
Oh,
can
there
you
we
hear
go.
me now?
Okay, here we are. I'm back.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, my internet went out for a second.
Yeah, we're talking about like these shaman archetypes, and they we picture a shaman as like, this guy wearing feathers or a spiritual guru giving life advice on YouTube or whatever. And it's like, nah, man. I mean, in some cases it is, but I guess if that's your authentic self, that's why you were born on this earth. Who knows?
I was just thinking how the only shaman that we have in our society, or the closest thing we have to to accepting a shaman in our society, is the modern stoner, is the modern pothead.
That's true.
It's like,
that's so true.
What other person is like claiming to find religious sacrament in plants? And,
oh my god! And how many times we? Sorry.
It's the cure. It's the cure for everything. Oh, dude, you just need to smoke a joint. Just smoke a joint.
How many times have you introduced weed into someone's life? I've been that guy so many times in my life.
Dude, and it's life-changing.
Here, have this. And you play music and shit. You start spreading your ideas about the world, They start downloading all this shit. Holy, dude, that's actually a really profound
Try
thought.
this food.
Well, we're more like wannabe shamans, but still.
Well, it's not even that we're wannabe shamans, because we don't even know that we're shamans. It's that archetype is finding a way to express itself somehow, even in a culture that's completely suppressed anything that has to do with shamanism. That's a fairy tale to the Western culture.
Right.
Oh, you're talking to spirit guides on plants? Okay, pussy.
Yeah.
Put your work boots on.
Filmmakers in a sense, because they give us permission to just have weird experiences because it's just a movie.
Yeah, it gives us permission to accept like weird worlds.
But then if you act weirdly in real life, you get made fun of. Depending on where you are, but at least where I grew up, definitely.
Anyways, that's a cool thought to think of like stoners as being fucking modern shamans.
What strain is that?
This is I forget what it's called because I have it mixed in this bag. I have purple haze and something else mixed. And the purple haze is actually purple, and this isn't purple, so this is the other one. So I'm not sure. Yep.
Nice.
Oh, remember I told you those cartridges were illegal for a little bit? They're back to being legal, so you can buy cartridges again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Bring them to
Australia. Australia.
I mean, of course.
I'll legally bring them to Australia, but Australia really does need to get on that.
Yeah, we're very far behind, man. It's crazy. I think it just makes sense just to do it, even from like a business perspective, like economic perspective. It just makes sense to legalize it.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does for sure. I mean, taxing weed has made the U.S. billions of dollars. It's very expensive where I live. The tax. So you go and buy an ounce of weed, say it's $175, and you're paying like $200 or $205. That's how much tax they add onto it.
Wow. As long as you're allowed to grow it, that's what I'll be okay with. If it's like you have to buy through a government agency, then like cigarettes, man, like it's more illegal to grow a tobacco plant than it is a weed plant. And then you got to think of like, wait. So hang on a sec. So I can buy poisonous cigarettes with thousands of fucked up chemicals that are proven to kill you. But if I grow an organic, way less deadlier version of this plant in my own home, I go to jail? Like, what?
I've been smoking this really beautiful Mexican tobacco. Did you see that the Tenacin or whatever that they were selling at Arcana that everyone was smoking out of those bags with like the Indian?
Oh no, I still have a little bit of Mapacho left, but I'm almost out. I've been smoking my weed with it.
It's not Mapacho. This is like got licorice.
I know that's not Mapacho, but
it's really good. It tastes really good. It's like a herbal blend with tobacco.
So I'll bring. I know exactly what we're talking about because I had some. I need to buy some when I go to Mexico.
Yeah, it's good.
Fuck yeah,
it's really good, dude. I can't wait to.
I'm so excited. I'm ready to leave now.
I don't know when it's gonna happen. I'm thinking October or November.
Yeah, it won't happen. Because Jose said next month, but no way.
No way.
Dude, we just went in lockdown. Have you seen, again, I don't usually watch COVID stuff, but I'm like, I wonder how Mexico's going. And you see like the stats, and it's just been getting worse and worse since it's begun. There hasn't even been like, like a spike and then it calms down and another wave. No, it's like a direct line if you were to get the average. I'm like, I don't think we're going to Mexico next month, man.
No, definitely not. Well, Mexico they didn't really do much. Like pretty much Mexico was one of the last countries to put on any type of quarantine.
It's true. They're like, we're going to dance and play soccer anyway, man.
Well, the president was like, we have Jesus on our side. He literally said that.
Okay.
So, but they also have to get Justina and the maestros out of Peru. And Peru's completely locked down still. So, and that's not going to open next month. Well,
I guess so. Oh, dude, I got a drone as well.
Did you buy a drone?
Fuck yeah, I bought a drone.
What kind?
I got the
DJI?
The Mavic, the DJI, the Mini. I wanted to get like a portable one. It's not 4K, it's 2.7K, but for what I need it for, it's fine. It's worth the significant price drop. And
how much?
It was for the combo with like 3 batteries and stuff. It was $700 Australian, so about 500, a bit less, 500 US. So it's pretty good. It was on special as well. But I think that's going to change the game a little bit.
Did you see the new Canon that's coming out at the end of this month?
No.
It's going to change the game.
Really?
Yeah, they're like blowing all the Sonys out of the water.
Oh no.
It's 8K mirrorless. It's got body stabilization in it.
The Sony does.
Your Sony does too?
Yeah, in the actual body. Yeah.
And how is that? Because I was curious to see how good the Canon's gonna be.
You still have to be like if you have shaky hand, it's gonna look terrible.
Dude, I have such shaky hands. I hate it.
You gotta like mount your elbow onto like your knee or your stomach. There are ways to do it for sure. Because I've seen like pro filmmakers who make like smoother shots with their hand than like amateurs do on gimbals. Yeah. I've been that amateur on gimbal as well. Because like when you first get a gimbal, you just want to move and shit. But all the most profound shots are like really delicate and like kind of slow, not unless you want that kind of shot, I guess. But the drone shots, man, have you seen like those crazy drone shots of like flying through trees and just getting like crazy perspectives? Like that's the shit I want to do. And
how does it work? Like how do you? Because I had a drone once and it was really shitty and it crashed and caught on fire. But how do you fly it like 2 miles away?
I don't know. There's a certain point where I'm too afraid to fly it too far away. You know what I mean?
Because people will fly it down a beach like way out of view, and I don't understand. Like, it just comes back.
I guess the control, because it comes with the controller. It's got like actual like antennas.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it just has a much stronger connection. Because if you were to totally rely on like your mobile data or whatever,
oof, scary.
No, you're not getting that back. But it's cool, man. It's kind of creepy just having a drone kind of fly.
Yeah.
And you can't just like fly it anywhere. You know what I mean? Like in my house, like I flew it in my house in my backyard. And I'm like, oh, hang on a sec. You have all these neighbors probably thinking like, what the fuck's this guy doing? Like you can see over our backyards, probably some guy growing weed. Right. Another one beating his wife and stuff. They don't want shit to see that.
Yeah, for sure.
They don't want the world to see that shit.
I actually got stitches from my drone. So my drone crashed into a tree, and all the propellers got like really broken and sharp, but it would still fly. So they were fucking sharp, because it was like chipped, and it's plastic.
Whoa.
And the fucking
super
drone
fast, man. Yeah,
super fast. And I was flying the drone in my driveway, and the fucking thing lost connection and started flying towards me. And I swatted it out of the way, and the fucking the sharpness of the propeller caught my finger, and it sprayed blood all over my shirt and on my face.
Oh,
and I had to get like
movie scene.
I had to get like 6 stitches in my finger. I could
Kill Bill.
I could pop my finger
drone.
open. It was so deep I could
Jesus
pop the
Christ.
finger open and see inside my finger.
Oh.
It was snowing outside, and there was a big pile of snow. I just stuck my hand in the snow and was like, "Oh God, no!"
Oh, like you don't even want to look.
I didn't want to look.
How bad is it?
Well, the snow was filled with blood, so I was like, "Fuck."
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's like I just bought a drone, and now we're on quarantine. But I want to get somewhat good, so that way when we go to Mexico, I'll have a nice handle on it.
Dude,
Fuck
that'd
yeah!
be sick.
Even just like editing this whole these last couple months, I think it's good.
What are the Mexico plans? We're gonna do the retreat, and then we're planning on traveling around, or
the
fuck is this?
Travel around.
Travel. What do you want to do?
We'll see. I guess we'll have to see when we get there.
You want to go to the Satanist town?
The what?
It's the Brujo town.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Why not?
We can go to the Brujo town, or we can go to. I don't want to do the exact.
unless I get told by a shaman, like, no, don't go there, and they scare me out of it or something. But nah, should be all right.
Because I don't want to do the exact same thing I did last time when I went.
No, we'll do something new.
Yeah,
we're gonna meet a lot of people in this retreat, and I'm sure there's gonna be some really cool ideas.
Yeah,
maybe even some locals who'd be like, "Hey, well, I live around this way. You can come journey with us."
But would you prefer to go to Maria Sabina's, or would you prefer the Brujo town?
Maria Sabina, 100%.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, without question.
Okay,
for sure. I think that's
we'll do that.
Contact that we need to keep building. I think it's important
with her family.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, we should do retreats with their family and really help keep that legacy alive. I mean, they deserve. I mean, they're living on dirt floors when I went to their house, dude. So it's like
I was telling my friend that
they deserve. Dude, Maria Sabina, she fucking changed the whole world. She brought shamanism to the mainstream. We are.
And he said you got like
we're the result of Maria Sabina. This conversation is the result of Maria Sabina.
And he said you got like white people like us making money from it.
Yeah, so we
in a lot of ways.
We need to take care of her family.
I know, 100%. I completely agree.
Yeah, and
even just to go there, man. I think that's history, bro. You know what I mean?
Deep history. No one even really knows about it.
Nah. She had a tough. That's why when I made because I made a magic mushroom psilocybin documentary, and it was very important for me to put that aspect of it, and especially how she got like ostracized by the end and all this kind of stuff. And
they killed her son.
Like you watch any psilocybin mushroom documentary, and hardly any of it will have it, or it will just be like one sentence. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, you got to talk.
The whole community hated
her.
Yeah, her whole village hated her.
Yeah.
But if you go there now, the entire village reveres her as a saint. Yeah, there's murals painted of her all over.
She's probably like, oh, it would have been nice if you all acted like this when I was alive, like Van Gogh. Imagine that, like dying broke, not fucking selling anything, and then after you die, then now it's the fucking
yeah.
Cosmic
but she's the livelihood of that entire village or the entire town. Even the taxis have mushrooms on them.
Wow.
Well, I guess not. I guess she's not. That's their traditions. That's their culture. The Mazatecs are mushroom eating traditions.
I'm strongly considering buying a macro lens just to like get fucking epic next level mushroom shots.
You should.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, we should go there. That'd be a really great experience.
Yeah. It'll be next level because with every like travel trip, like every trip that we do, I kind of learn more things, like what to do, what not to do, how to be better prepared, and just making like better content and stuff. I think the preparation phase is like very, very, very important. Like to really like put down like your structure, like before you even go on the plane. And like I've been trying to start that lately, but not like being 100% disciplined with it. But I've been realizing the more filmmakers I watch and how they speak about these things, the more prepared you are. You have to be. Sometimes like a movie, for example, man, like the pre-production phase could be months, months. It could be a filmmaker, years, man. Like in what was it, Coco? Yeah, we watched that. I think like a lot of the crew, they just went to Mexico for like months, man. Just really doing preparation, seeing what works, what doesn't. Yeah, Mexico, man. I miss Mexican food. I miss the culture.
Me too.
I think what Adam was talking about with the genes. I feel like I'm genetically made to be
Mexican.
Like more. Yeah, Mexican. I'm like Mexican. My soul is Mexican. Souls have races. Yeah, bro.
That'd be so funny if you were just like a Mexican guy just trying to get home.
And that's like, and of course you get made fun of, right? It's like that's the hero's the call to adventure, right?
Yep.
Fuck.
You just start getting some accent when you like it starts coming out. Like, oh, this is kind of familiar. Wait a minute, I think I remember this tree.
Oh my god, yes. Yeah, you start. Oh fuck it! You start going through all these revelations and shit.
Someone's like, Tomas, Tomas. It cannot be you. You just look a little different.
It's like you look different, but I recognize you.
I know you. Something about in your soul, your essence.
It's like, yes, I feel it too. I don't know what it is. My whole life has been screaming at me. There's something wrong. But now I feel like I'm at home.
No, I feel pretty Mexican.
Yeah, me too. Mexicans that listen to this, like, you guys are fucking shut the fuck up. Hey, come on, güey. Shut the fuck up, güey. Yeah.
Oh, puta madre.
It's going to be awesome, man. I think in the Mexico retreat as well, probably there's a lot of fans from Mexico who want to come. So yeah, I think that will be really cool. Yeah, Mexico is my place, man. Like outside of Australia and Chile.
We were talking about moving there together. With your girlfriend. And stuff.
We will. Well, we have to at least do the 6 months thing.
Whatever you want. I mean, as soon as you want to do it. I mean, I guess when quarantine lightens up, like next year. Cause Yesenia, she's keen, man. 100% keen. She looks Mexican. Yeah, she does. She does look indigenous Mexican a little bit.
I can just hear her in my mind like, shut up. Shut up, Mexican.
What is she? She's Ecuadorian or something?
Chilean. Nah, she's full Chilean, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But she got more of the indigenous, because like, like I said, in Latin America, you've got like the European descent and you've got the indigenous descent. My family, as you can tell, got more of the European. I assume so anyway, because you can tell when you got some indigenous blood.
Because I was thinking about this too. I was thinking about, man, like how fucking weird it is to be racially ambiguous. Because growing up, I was called the chink. I got called Mexican. I've been called like a towel head.
Wow.
And then like, because I live in like the biggest Muslim community in the entire United States, so you get a lot of racist. You get a lot of racist towards like Arab people. So like I got that growing up a little bit, and then you get obviously you get a lot of Mexican stuff, like people make fun of Mexicans. And I had a couple Mexican friends growing up, so people just would think I was Mexican because with them. And it's just weird being racially ambiguous, because it's like if you support like causes like Black Lives Matter or something, white people will get mad at you for supporting like minority causes, but those same white people will still call you like a towel head, or like you just can't win when you look racially ambiguous. And I know you probably felt that too at some point. Like people call you Mexican.
Yeah, exactly. Like that now, that wouldn't happen. Now it's like, if anything, you'd be cooler for being Mexican than being white these days. It seems,
In some circles.
In some circles. Yeah. It's a weird world we live in, man.
I live around a bunch of like hillbillies. It's like
I live in because what we call hillbillies are bogans.
Yeah.
We got so many of that shit, dude. Yeah. Just the neighbor, like even like the other month, he was just went nuts at his dog, like, shut the fuck up, you fuck. Like, whoa, it's like, holy shit. It's like having a mental breakdown, man. Just fucking screaming, just there. Or like domestic, or just people fighting in front of the supermarkets. Oh, I love that shit. So,
I love it.
It's good entertainment, but after a while, I feel like me and Yesenia, we're the light in this darkness. We're always like, you can probably hear us from the neighborhood probably hear us every day, just laughing, playing music. Or it would just be so weird. I feel like, cause like we listen to like really hippie new age meditation music. And then I'll be playing like heavy metal drums and shit. It's just like always smelling weed. It'd just be so weird. Like, what the fuck are these guys doing? It's cool, bro. I'm glad I haven't got a neighbor told me to shut the fuck up playing drums. So
yeah, that is cool.
I make sure I stop playing.
Have you went outside and like seen how loud it was?
Very. You can hear. My girlfriend went for Yesenia. She went for a walk and she could hear it like 2 blocks away, man.
And you guys are jamming all the time, right?
Yeah, well, a lot, as much as we can. Yeah. During the day.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
it's just fun. I feel like, because like this year is the first time I actually got into drumming, and it's like, it's such a different feeling compared to playing guitar. And I love guitars, will always be like my number one kind of instrument that's closest to my heart, but it's like, it's so different compared to drums because it's very melodic, whereas drums, it's like tribal, man. It's like pure rhythm.
It's trance. It puts you into a trance.
And you get those, especially because I've been learning Everlong from Foo Fighters, and that's so fun, man. Dave Grohl, fucking another legend, man.
Another shaman.
I know that he's not the drummer in Foo Fighters.
He's more of a brujo. I'd call him a brujo.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I could see him being a brujo.
Someone thought
Slipknot. They're definitely brujos.
Someone thought I was calling the shamans brujos because they're like whores for brewing plants. I was like, no, that's not why I'm calling it.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
People have crazy imaginations.
That's so funny. You should like make your neighbor cookies or something like that, and just be like, with like drums, like drum head cookies, and just be like, sorry.
Oh, dude, and because like for the longest time, when this quarantine first happened, it's my morning ritual, man. Like I go.
Oh man, you probably let out so much aggression and stuff playing drums.
So much, man. You feel it and you sweat. Like I get more of a workout playing drums than most.
I feel like women
routines.
don't understand stuff like that. Like, do you think a woman would understand that sentence? Like, man, just beating these fucking drums just really feels great.
I feel like for most, for sure.
You think they would?
And then the women, for most, no. Well, it's just like we would never understand having a
like waking period, up and like understand period. Nah,
but we definitely have more of that urge of needing to.
It'd be like waking up and doing your hair, or like taking a bath. Like girls take like those long ass baths, those therapeutic baths.
Dude, hitting that drum. And have you ever seen like a cymbal get hit in slow mo and shit?
Oh yeah.
It's so trippy, man. It's all sound. And because I learnt drums. So when I got into music production, it's like, oh, hang on, I'm actually half a decent drummer, so I actually understand the fundamentals of drumming.
You can start understanding the universe.
Dude, I know that it sounds such a hippie thing, but like for real, I understand the reality. Like learning music and sound
theory,
waves and how
music theory helps you understand the universe. 100%. It's almost like a physics.
Songwriting, it is. As above, so below, man. Right.
I have a friend Carl. He works for Beyonce. He does Beyonce sound when she tours. Like he's like worked with Bruno Mars and really cool guy. Wow. Like he's like real into like sound theory and stuff like that. I met him at a Ramdas retreat. You meet the coolest people at Ramdas. You meet such cool people there. But
I could imagine.
Yeah. So he has this crazy sound thing, where you basically put in. I don't understand how it works. You put in decimals, you put in like keys or something like that, and you just let it go. You just press play, and all this random stuff, it just starts making noise. And it's like, it makes really cool, it's not necessarily music or even in like time. It's just like this cool atmospheric, like like just weird noises. And it made me understand the universe in a way, because it's like you're setting up, you build like, I don't understand how the program works, but you're building conditions. So you're building the laws of physics. You say, okay, this is the decimals of the sound I want to happen. These are the certain keys I want to be able to play. and then you let it go and a universe unfolds. You start like hearing things that sound like something, and like certain things start taking form. You know what I mean? And that's what the universe is. The universe has these pre-existing conditions that exploded themselves into existence.
Right. And it's even you can think of it like archetypes, you know, like different like
totally.
From A to G, right? You've got these 12 notes, including the sharps, and then you go up octaves.
Music.
And it's like you're reaching the C note again, but from a higher frequency. So it's like it's the same note, but operating on a different plane. Maybe that's what entities are.
And the fact that music can carry an emotion. Like
it's all sound. Dude.
How can something sound sad? How does something sound happy? You know?
I know, it's patterns, man.
It's because everything's made of sound.
Yeah. All these different scales, and that's really interesting when you start learning like outside of mixing and sound theory, just like songwriting, right? Or different scales and how they interact with each other and all this kind of stuff, man. It's just so crazy. With 12 notes, we can create infinite possibility. 12 notes. So are those 12 notes represented in dimensions, and does that mean that we have like 12 dimensions with each thing, or I don't know, man?
It's representative of something. It has to be, because it all kind of expresses itself in that fractalization.
Even the sharps trip me out, like having like the flats and the sharps, because you got like 7 main notes and then 5 extra ones. There's always these numbers.
It's a spiritual practice.
Like the number 7, and like there's these really profound numbers that just kind of appear everywhere in nature, you know? I wonder what that means. Even 7 has a very, very profound meaning to it, man. It's like 7 days of the week. So you usually got 7 planets, observable planets from most cultures would agree on. 7 Dragon Balls, 7 Hermetic laws, 7 main notes. Like it's I reckon numerology, like if you were really to get into it, I mean like more the mathematical stuff.
You could predict the future.
It'd be mind-blowing.
If you could understand the patterns of nature based off the past, if you were saying, okay, I see a pattern here being represented in the past every 100 years or something like that, you'd be able to predict the pattern that's gonna emerge in 100 years.
I feel like cultures have done that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the Mayans did, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of what Vedic astrology is recognizing the patterns on more of like a cosmic level, recognizing the cosmic patterns and seeing what happens when those patterns happen, and then trying to predict what's going to happen based on that previous knowledge of it. That's kind of what astrology is, right?
Yeah, from what I understand.
Yeah,
I haven't gone like too deep into it. Just like
that's a Clara conversation.
Yeah, she'll know much better. Like, yeah, to me, like music is my astrology. I'm glad I've been getting deep into it.
Yeah,
I think
cool.
when I started my YouTube channel, it was like all my attention was just on videos, filmmaking.
Yeah.
And now it's all coming full circle
and it's all related. It's all still kind of psychedelic.
It's all related.
Yeah.
I feel like making your own music for me is so satisfying. Like it's like if I was to watch a movie, like an awesome director, and then you find out that he made the music as well. Like to me, that'll be like, fuck. Not even from an egotistical level. It's more just like, it's so cool, man. Like, because then it's really,
it's his
symbiosis. World. It's really like your world, you know? But of course, if you can afford to pay Hans Zimmer to make your music, then fuck your music. Go pay Hans Zimmer. But
hell yeah.
It's just cool. It's cool to do so anyway, because you're creating your own universes.
Yeah.
And mixing in and of itself is like a different instrument.
And who knows, dude? Who knows?
Mixing.
Who knows how much of that we are actually doing with ourselves? You know, like how much of our life is just this manifestation of our creativity and our, you know, like are we both seeing? Exactly. Do you see red when I see red, or you know?
How do these patterns unfold? You have this. Is the universe just mixing us? You know what I mean? As our life goes, it's like, a little bit too much highs there. If I can put that down, I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, it goes with that whole time question. I reckon that new Christopher Nolan movie is going to be really good. I don't know if you've seen the trailer. Tenet?
No, I didn't hear about it.
It's got Denzel Washington's son, and it has Robert
Downey?
Patterson, I think.
Oh.
No. The Twilight guy.
Yeah, cool.
The Batman guy now, right?
He's good. He's a good actor, actually. He did Water for Elephants. That was a good movie. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, man.
Well, my camera's about to die, so let's wrap this one up before it dies if we can. We might not make it, but
It's all good, man. I think Yesenia's waiting for me. I'm gonna watch.
What are you watching?
Weeds.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna smoke some weed and watch some weeds.
All right. Well, thanks for doing a podcast with me.
Of course, man. You should come on mine.
Yeah, whatever. We can do it. We can do it tomorrow. I'll do it. We can do it nighttime. Yeah. We can do it when it's nighttime here and daytime for you. It's the opposite. Whenever you want.
Yeah, actually, both either way. Yeah,
whatever.
Both fine. Sweet, man. Fuck yeah.
Good. It was good to see you and catch up.
You too, man.
Love you.
Love you too, man. I'll catch you next time.
All right. Tell your girlfriend I said what's up.
No worries. Peace out, everybody.
All right. See ya. Oh, is there anything you want to say before you go? Like anything you want to promote or anything?
Just YourMateTom YouTube channel. Maybe my music, since we've been talking about that. Yeah. So go on SoundCloud. I've only got 2 songs at the moment. I'm very in the beginning phases of my production, but like everything, the more practice you put into it, it will just get better and better. So, yeah, that's it, man.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Peace out, man.
See ya.
Talk to you soon.
Catch ya. Well, there you go, guys. That was the podcast with me, Dakota, of Earth, YourMateTom, and PsychedSubstance, the 3 psychedelic musketeers, los tres amigos. Yeah, I love those guys. Some really good friends of mine, and some. I really look up to those guys as far as my own kind of path, because you just heard us talk about psychedelics, rant about our psychedelic obsession, or how we kind of view it as being a spiritual sacrament. And these things are our religion in a kind of way to say it, and it's funny to say it that way, but it's true. And these guys, to me, have really helped me rationalize my path, and help me question things, and help me build a foundation to the whole thing that we were just talking about. Tom's a big inspiration to me. Adam, being the biggest psychedelic channel on YouTube, is clearly I was watching Adam before I knew him. Yeah. So anyways, this is a Place for Humans podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. That was a fun one for me. I love those guys. And I can't wait to see Tom again. And my name is Dakota. Make sure to head over to iTunes. Leave a positive review for us over there if you can, because that really helps put us up higher on the iTunes charts, which really inspires me to make more of these. And and give it a thumbs up if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're watching this because you're a fan of Tom or Adam, then please subscribe. I have other videos with both Tom and Adam on my YouTube channel. And that's pretty much all I got to say. So, peace out, you guys. A Place for Humans, baby. That's you. You're a human, most likely, if you're watching this. Adios.